Warning! The Stone Age Gamer podcast includes a lot of bad language. Cover your motherfucking ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo and joining me tonight is the best Tetris, Dan Ryan.
I didn't say any dumb shit, so now Evan can't bitch at me for this one.
It is time for the March 10, 20, 30, 40, where we look back at notable game releases from decades past. Will 1986 have literally any games in it this month? Don't forget to charge your PSP, because the Stone Age Gamer podcast starts now.
I'm always docking my PSP.
Dan and docking. Hi, everyone. This is episode 611 and is the week of March 27th, 2026, and welcome. For anyone new here, this is the official podcast of StoneAgeGamer.com. Dan and I talk every week about what's happening in the world of video games from a retro gamer's perspective, as well as whatever the heck else is going on in our lives. Speaking of which, today is March 20th, the day that we're recording this episode, and that just happens to be my friend Greg's birthday. Happy birthday, Greg.
Happy birthday, Greg. Also, it's Eid. Eid Mubarak to our listeners who are observing or celebrate. I don't know if you observe or celebrate Eid. I know I didn't have to go to work today. And it does not affect me personally, but thank you. And happy Eid. Or restful. I forget what it is. Anyway.
I hope y'all had a good day.
Yes, let's go with that.
We've got a little bit of a catch-up work to do here. We had some Stone Age standouts stuff since we posted the episode.
We did. We had some Stone Age, I'll get it to you whenever the fuck I feel like it, is what we had.
Yeah, yep. Looks like it was just RC Mets. We had a little bit of talking about, complaining that it wasn't Vectrex. It was revolting. We'll get there. Excited to hear you talk about Coleco. Now, Genix said, I'm excited to hear about talk about Coleco. I only have passing knowledge. When I wanted to know more about pre-NES, I looked at Coleco and Intellivision. Television was cheaper, so I started buying that instead. I know Mousetrap and Smurfs, but that's about it. Then Rumbleman said, when are we doing TI-99 4A? Never. We are not covering the TI-99.
No. That'll be a bonus episode. That's a very, very exclusive Patreon tier to get us to do. Is that a fucking calculator? What even is the TI? Is it a calculator? I feel like it's a calculator. It's not. I want it to be. I bet
it can calculate, and therefore it is a calculator.
Excellent.
To me, in my heart.
100%.
So, RC Metz says, a little late for Odyssey 2, but here are my choices. 1. Turtles. Object of the game is simple. You're a big turtle, and you need to collect your little turtles and return them home. You're being chased by circles that are supposed to be beetles. You can slow them down by dropping bombs. 2. Pickaxe Pete. Heck yeah. You are Pete, and you need to find keys. You can pick up a pickaxe and smash boulders or jump over them. 3. Casey's Crazy Chase. We'll most likely go with Casey Munchkin, but I'm going with Crazy Chase. In Crazy Chase, you are Casey and must consume the Dratapillar. It's a caterpillar, but didn't want to say the word as Atari might come in after them again. Eat the back of the Dratapillar while avoiding enemies and the Dratapillar's mouth. 4. UFO. Similar to asteroids, but instead of shooting the way you are facing, there's a dot that rotates around you. When you hit the fire button, you shoot where the dot is. 5. The Quest for the Rings. Very unique game where the game is not just in a cartridge, and if you try to play it that way, you'll be very confused. But you play a board game and then load up the correct game on the Odyssey to kill that monster. One person is the dungeon master and sets up the board, and 2 others play the game and try to find the 10 rings before time runs out, either 50, 75, or 100. Honorable mention, Conquest of the World. Similar to Risk, as you have a board and the object of the game is to conquer the world. When you attack someone, instead of using how many people are in that spot, you play the game on the Odyssey to see who wins. These board game Odyssey things are so freaking cool.
They really are.
Like we said on the episode, we just didn't have enough personal hands-on experience with them to properly include them in our talks. But I would really like to get together with some folks and play Quest for the Rings for reals someday.
Yeah, it's a really neat idea that really hasn't been done all that often. Like, there was definitely some shit in the 80s where it was like, now press play on your VCR.
Yeah, and there were some DVD games in the 90s for sure. That was a thing. Cool. But,
and then some really shitty full motion video of a wizard or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it was bad. I really realized as I wrote my article for Stone Age Gamer this week, reviewing our Stone Age standouts and whatnot. One, very difficult for me to not just go off on a tangent. I'm lucky that I have a word count because I started typing about munching the Dratapillar's ass from behind, and there was like a whole thing that I was an avenue I was gonna pursue that I thought maybe wouldn't be the most professional thing, so I didn't. But two, I really did realize, like, I actually had a lot more fun with the Odyssey 2 than I realized. Like, I was just in a shitty mood when we were talking about it. And I might actually go back and revisit it a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd like to play it again sometime. I'd really like to try to track down some of these board game ones with all the pieces and do a whole thingy thing and have a good time. You know, good stuff.
I am hoping we have, or everybody, I know I'm going to have a good time when we talk about Coleco. I fucking love the Coleco. I am hoping everybody else finds the love and the joy that I have for that system, because there's just a lot of really, really good shit on the ColecoVision. So, we'll see.
Again, I have very, very little knowledge of the ColecoVision, so I'm pretty excited to give it a shot, to give it a proper go round.
Yeah, it's been weird because I've already been going through the games because I really like, not that I half-ass the other ones, but like I three-quarter-ass some things sometimes, you know, because of like life and the universe and everything. But like with the Coleco, because I do love it so much, it was my first console and I have just a lot of really, really fond memories. I really want to put the time into it, right? So I've gone back and tried to hit some of like the big ones that I know are great. And I guess I just never realized how much the ColecoVision Donkey Kong is my Donkey Kong, right? Like it was the pack-in game for the system. And I had it when I was, 3 or 4 years old. And I get like going back and playing through it now. I was like, oh fuck, like this is legit what I think when I think of Donkey Kong, because I've seen, the other versions, the arcade versions. I've certainly played those a lot more over the years, but when I was playing, I was like, fuck, this really is like this, and it's a great version of Donkey Kong. It's really good. Anyway,
that is one of the few things that I've actually played on it, but we'll talk more about that when we actually get there.
We will. No, we're going to do a month of fucking ColecoVision leading up to this one. Fuck all the other shit. Anyway.
If you say so.
I do. I don't have that kind of pull around here.
You can go ahead and start talking. I'll just sit back and listen. It'll be great.
So let me tell you about fucking Mousetrap, right? Fucking.
Well, I guess we should get to work because the 10, 20, 30, 40 is, it's here. And it's a thing that we need to discuss because this is what we do.
You are really hyping this one up, Chris. I mean,
look.
If I wasn't excited before, I mean, oh boy.
This one is weird. There's when I was putting the game list together, there were some surprising platforms here. There were a few things I learned. This is an interesting one. So, all right, if anyone is new around here, welcome. And this is the 10, 20, 30, 40. We do this once a month where we talk about notable game releases that came out 10, 20, 30, and 40 years ago this month. So we're going to start by jumping 10 years into the past to March 2016. GDC 2016 is held in San Francisco, California. Sony shuts down MotorStorm developer Evolution Studios because that's been going on it's not forever. A recent thing. And Sega completed its acquisition of Atlas. The current gen platforms were PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, Ouya, Nintendo 3DS, and PlayStation Vita, while the previous generation continues to cling on, but only just. The PlayStation 3, still kicking with 10 releases. The only things worth noting were MLB The Show 16 and Minecraft Story Mode. Really not much else of value.
Okay.
Where's the Xbox 360? had 6 releases. Minecraft Story Mode, and nothing else of value. The Wii is still technically alive, but doesn't have anything until October. And the PSP, to round things out from the previous generation, I don't think I did PSP.
You made a joke about it.
Nope, there were no PSPs. Oh, no. Sorry. Where was that? Right, because the PSP is going to be back in the 20.
Oh, okay.
Remember, the PSP was still technically alive at this point, but yeah, it doesn't have anything until July. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, there isn't anything on PSP till July, but the PSP will come up in conversation once we get to the 20. So the 10, it's there.
It's not great. Yeah,
it's not great. DS is done. PSP is just about done. The last game is July. And there's not going to be anything else before it or after it. So, they're hanging on. But this is the real business. This is what we're actually here for, the current generation systems. Now, we've had some pretty crazy numbers as far as how many games were released in an individual month. But I think, and I could be wrong, this might be one of, if not the highest numbers. PlayStation 4. How many games do you think PS4 had this month?
38.
76.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's a lot more than 38.
Goddamn PS4 games in March 2016. Now, granted,
and every single one was great?
Every single one. No, there was a lot of DLC titles and PSN Garbo. But however, there was some pretty cool stuff here. We've got Minecraft Story Mode. We've got both RBI Baseball 16 and MLB The Show 16. Mm-hmm. The very interesting, can't believe it exists and wish it was better than it is, Degeneration HD, the 2016 Hitman, Tom Clancy's The Division, Broforce, and probably the biggest ones, Mortal Kombat XL and Resident Evil 6. That's a solid March.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 6 is a big deal. Sheer quantity of titles, obviously. MLB 6, MLB The Show is always a winner. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Xbox One was no slouch with 51 releases. A lot of the same stuff, really. Minecraft Story Mode, RBI Baseball, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Resident Evil 6, The Division, Mortal Kombat XL, but exclusive to the Xbox One, we had Shadow Complex Remastered and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
So both of those are fucking great. Shadow Complex is awesome.
Yeah,
really,
Shadow
really
Complex
solid,
is pretty cool.
Solid Metroidvania. And that Tomb Raider franchise is amazing. All three of them were fucking great.
Play through that one of these days.
You really should.
And the Wii U is still here, still trying. This is an interesting month for the Wii U. We've got Shantae Risky's Revenge. Yeah, it's 17 releases. Shantae Risky's Revenge, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, a bunch of DLC and eShop Garbo, but I think the only notable things were Pokken Tournament and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD.
Yeah,
so Twilight Princess HD is an interesting cat.
Yeah, I was going to say, talk to me about Twilight Princess HD, because as is well documented here, I have not completed a Zelda game in quite some time. Twilight Princess among them.
Twilight Princess HD is a very good version of Twilight Princess to play these days. The issue with Twilight Princess HD, at least the one that I found with it, was that it wasn't handled in-house by Nintendo like the Wind Waker HD was. And Twilight Princess, like, HDifying Twilight Princess's artwork, I think didn't go as well as Wind Waker, because there's a lot of really grotesque artwork in Twilight Princess. It's still like, I would say the best way to play it. It is just mystifies me that it's not available on Switch, but whatever, I'm not in charge. It's good. Twilight Princess has a lot of really good stuff in it. It just starts off like a slog. The beginning of the game is a real slog. It's very overbearing with the tutorials, but there's a lot of really good stuff in Twilight Princess. So, but meanwhile, Pokken Tournament.
Yeah.
I still love that this game exists. Like, I don't like it. I don't get it. But the sheer absurdity, if you just right down to the name, it's Pokemon Tekken. Like, literally, Namco made a Tekken game that was Pokemon with a Luchador Pikachu. And they called it Pokken by combining Pokemon and Tekken. It's the dumbest thing.
It's not great. It's not great.
It is my understanding that it is not great, and that is kind of a tragedy, because if they made just a really, really good fighting game with Pokemon, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think this was one of the ones that Roddy bought and was really disappointed.
I remember this story. I remember this story. That is something that happened.
I think it was this game. It was one of these Pokemon games.
No, it was this one. It was Pokken Tournament.
It was Pokken Tournament. Yeah, I thought so. Like,
but I think you got the Switch version. I can't remember. Did you have a Wii U? Yeah. No, you got
we
Pokken
had a
Tournament
Wii U,
on. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't remember which platform you got it for. But this definitely, I remember this story that happened with Pokken Tournament.
And I tried to talk him out of it, because I was like, man, I don't think this is going to be great. Like, no, it's Pokemon. I have to have it. And I was like, all right, like, well, you're going to learn your first game regret purchase.
You're going to learn.
You're going to learn. And you learned. I mean, because it's not a bad game, but it's not a good game either. Like, it just kind of exists, and it's fine.
Unless you've got people that you are going to play it with regularly. It's just,
even then, because, like,
then, there are better fighting games for you to do that with.
Yeah. And Pokemon Stadium is a better Pokemon fighting game. Like, it's not a fighting game, right? But, like, it's a better... It just fits the characters better, right?
Yeah. It was always a strange idea.
Yeah. It would have been cool if it would have worked. But
yeah. I don't blame him for trying.
Yeah, I do. Bunch of assholes.
On the handheld front, the 3DS had 14 releases. Highlights include My Nintendo Picross, Twilight Princess, Hyrule Warriors, which barely functioned on the system, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympics, Fire Emblem Fates Revelations, and a bunch of other DLC and eShop garbo.
The fucking Rio Olympics,
perfectly cromulent month for the 3DS. Nothing amazing. You got to admire them attempting Hyrule Warriors on the 3DS. Like, I mean, way to swing for the fences, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like, what are you doing, man? Like, don't do that to people. Don't make them have to buy shit because you know they're gonna fucking buy it. Like, don't do that. It's not nice.
Finally, the PlayStation Vita had 20 releases, but the only two that I could find that were even worth saying out loud were Civilization Revolution 2 and XCOM Enemy Unknown, and then just a bunch of shovelware, nonsense DLC things. Yeah,
I've tried to get in. I've tried to get into XCOM a couple of different times. It just doesn't click with me.
Same. It's not my bag of tea.
Yeah,
but that's enough about the 10. That's a boring month. It's a March. It's not for us anyway. Like, sure, Resident Evil 6 is big for Resident Evil. Like, yay the show.
Yeah.
Let's travel back to the 20th. March 2006. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. March 2006, the Xbox 360 launches in Australia. Satoru Iwata publicly pledges to keep Nintendo Revolution software prices affordable, and IGN launches IGN Mobile. The only next-gen consoles on the market as of March 2006 were the Xbox 360, PSP, and Nintendo DS. PSP was not next-gen, I suppose, was the first-gen, but whatever.
Yeah.
While the current gen included the Xbox, the GameCube, the Game Boy Advance, the Nokia N-Gage, and of course, the incomparable PlayStation 2, which this month had 33 releases. You ready for this lineup, Dan? You ready?
No.
Major League Baseball 2K6, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, The Godfather, Suikoden 5, Driver Parallel Lines, and now, Kingdom Hearts 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, and Onimusha Dawn of Souls.
Fuck you! What are you doing to people in March?
This is March. This is PlayStation 2. This is why that system was so freaking legendary. There were so many good games constantly. Just a constant feed of them.
Like, the Kingdom Hearts has never really been for me. They're fine, right? It's just...
But Kingdom Hearts 2 was a huge deal.
But it was a massive, massive thing.
Massive deal.
I want it to be for me, right? Like, I fucking love Disney. I have no... Like, unironically, I adore all of the Disney bullshit. I unironically adore all of the Final Fantasy bullshit. This just doesn't work for me. I don't know what happened
with me in Kingdom Hearts. I loved Kingdom Hearts. Well, I really liked Kingdom Hearts. I loved Kingdom Hearts 2. And then I got stuck on Chain of Memories at the very end of the game because I couldn't get a randomly dropped card that just refused to show up. And I just stopped.
That was it?
That's
fuck
it.
This.
I am done with Kingdom Hearts. I'm never gone back to replay either of them. Just, I don't know. Did nothing for me. But that's a wild march. That is a wild march for the PlayStation 2.
That's insanity.
How does the Xbox fight back? The Xbox fights back a little. 15 releases, so less than half. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, Driver Parallel Lines, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, The Godfather. But then they also had Rainbow Six Critical Hour, Far Cry Instincts, NBA Ballers Phenom, and Taito Legends 2 were the other highlights.
Yeah, none of those are Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence or Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, that's just, in any month, either of those games are like the best game that comes out that month, right? Like, they're top of the list, and then they're both just sitting there. Along with Onimusha.
With Onimusha and Suikoden 5, like, they were fucking... And The Godfather, people really bought that game. And that's the thing that I have to say about the Xbox list here. But I don't know. I've never even seen the Godfather movies. Yes, I know that's a sin, but
whoa,
people really like those games. People really like that game.
I didn't know that about you. You've never seen
none of them. We're on we're on B. So we'll get to G eventually, and maybe I'll suggest it because I've never seen it.
I mean, don't watch the third one. Like, you really don't need to. It's fine. But the first two movies are, like, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're, like, cool mafia movies or anything like that. They're some of the finest fucking pieces of work ever put to film. You asshole. What's wrong with you? God damn it.
To rein it back into video games, unless about me being an asshole.
This is all I'm talking about for the rest of the night.
I will say that the Xbox exclusives of Rainbow Six and Far Cry played to the Xbox crowd. So while it is nowhere near the PS2's month, it was a solid enough month, because like the other games were all good. Midnight Club 3, this is all stuff that you want. It was a solid month for the Xbox. The GameCube, on the other hand... All right, GameCube had 6 releases. You ready for this? Ice Age 2, the SpongeBob 2-pack, the Finding Nemo Incredibles 2-pack, the SpongeBob and Tak 2-pack, Harvest Moon Magical Melody, and KO the Kangaroo Round 2.
I mean, you're not doing much to delineate yourself as a non-children's toy at that point, right? Like...
This was a sad month for the GameCube. Like, even last month we had Chibi Robo, right? Like, this is why when people say it was really tough being GameCube fan back then, right? Because people look at the GameCube now with these huge nostalgia goggles, like, well, now we have the entire library available. There's a lot of great stuff on the GameCube. It was a great system. Yeah, except at the time when you had months like this, where the PlayStation 2 is getting Metal Gear Solid 3 and Kingdom Hearts 2, the Xbox is getting new Far Cry and Rainbow Six, and you've got a bunch of re-releases of other games, re-releases, and KO the Kangaroo Round 2, and that wasn't even exclusive. KO was on the other platforms too. It just I didn't even bother mentioning it because it doesn't even crack.
No.
It just doesn't even, it's not even worth mentioning in that collection there.
It was tough, man. It really was. And like the GameCube is a great system. It is a great system. It has an awesome library. It really does. But I remember like having my GameCube collecting dust for months as I waited for something
I loved my GameCube, but I played the hell out of my PlayStation 2. It's just, that's where a lot of the games came out. When they came out multi-platform, I tended to land more on the GameCube. I liked its controller at the time, and I'm a Nintendo whore. But end of the day, I played a lot of PlayStation 2 because it was great. And I played some Xbox because it had Panzer Dragoon. But But speaking of Xbox, the Xbox 360 is still on the market, right? We've got the Xbox 360 with its huge advanced lead time over the PlayStation 3. And it came out with 12 releases this month. And there were some pretty nice highlights here. Topspin 2, its own version of Far Cry Instincts, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, College Hoops 2K6, and probably the two coolest ones, Burnout Revenge and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Dude, Burnout Revenge is fucking great. It's so fun. Such a fun.
Burnout Revenge is incredible.
Such a fun game. Such a fun series for the most part. Like it kind of came off the rails a little bit towards the end of its life, but a really, really solid, really fun series.
Now, it was already out on PS2 and Xbox back in September, but still it's the 360 version, so it was a really good-looking version of that game. Yeah. And even though it's neither of our cups of tea, you cannot understate Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Never heard of it.
Oblivion was massive.
Never heard anybody talk about it. What is the Elder Scrolls? I believe you said
the Older Scrolls.
The Older Scrolls.
This is the sequel to Morrowind. If you remember Morrowind,
I've heard tell. Word around the campfire.
The sequel to that little known gem, and people really liked it. I always thought it was terrible. That just animates like garbage and it looks like poop. But people seem to like it.
Like poop from a butt. I don't know why that's so funny. Poop from a butt is so fucking funny, though. It really is.
Because where else would you get it from?
No, I know. It's just so funny.
Just pick it up in the yard.
Just makes me laugh. Comparing things to poop from a butt. Anyway, it's a much more PG version of the drizzling shits, I suppose. Just...
I mean, I wish I could call this episode the PG version of the drizzling shits, but we really can't do that.
No, you really can't. We're going to get demonetized, Chris.
Yes,
fucking YouTube, am I right?
Bunch of drizzling shits.
Yeah, but no, to your point, I've always kind of felt that way about those games, right? Like I looked at them
God,
and
do
I went,
I not get it?
I just, man, I mean, right on. I'm not yucking your fucking yum. Good for you. I'm glad you love it. I don't know.
I can't get into it, but there is no denying that was an absolutely huge release. So
massive.
Yeah. And that just brings us to the handhelds. Game Boy Advance still hanging on with 13 releases. The only things worth note were Naruto Ninja Council and Tales of Phantasia. Meanwhile, the Nintendo DS came out swinging with 10 releases. Topspin 2, Pokemon Trozei were among the big ones, but the real winners were Metroid Prime Hunters and what I still believe is the best Tetris ever made, Tetris DS.
I know that you do. I don't know that I disagree with you.
It's amazing.
Fucking great.
This is a good month for the Nintendo DS. Not an amazing one. Prime Hunters had been delayed a bunch of times and it finally came out and I thought it was really good. Because it is. It's a really solid game.
Yeah.
Tetris DS though was incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
here's the problem.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, Dan.
Okay.
Because this is not something that happens very often. The PSP had an unfathomably good month.
Did it?
The PSP's month was fucking nuts.
All right.
So the PSP, against Metroid Prime Hunters and Tetris DS, had 18 releases. Highlights include the exclusive Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble, Capcom Classics Remixed, Splinter Cell Essentials, Metal Gear Acid 2, Me and My Katamari, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror, Daxter, Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai, Pursuit Force, and Mega Man fucking Powered Up.
Maybe spread that out a little bit, guys.
Maybe spread that out a little bit, because that is that's insane amount. That's 3 Capcom games right there, right?
Yeah.
That's 3 hits from Capcom. Portable Budokai, right? In solid form. A portable Katamari game. A brand new Siphon Filter game. A brand new exclusive Jack and Daxter sequel in Daxter.
Yeah.
New Beautiful Joe fighting game. Holy shit, dude. What a month for the PSP. That was nuts.
That's probably the first time that you're like, yeah, that's right. That's why I bought this shit.
Yeah. I bought my PSP for Mega Man Powered Up. I tried that in my store, my Game Crazy, and was like, I need a PSP and I need it now.
Yeah.
Because I love Powered Up. It's so good. But like, there's a bunch of good stuff here. Me and my Katamari could be better, but you know what? It was still portable Katamari.
Yeah, it's portable Katamari, and it's still fun. Like, even bad Katamari is still fucking fun.
Yeah,
like, it's still Katamari. And man, and Powered Up is... It's so weird to me that Powered Up got the PSP release, right? And then it got released on PlayStation Network at some point. I don't think it's still up there. I could be wrong.
I don't know that it did show up on PSN.
I thought it did. I thought, like, in the early 2020s, maybe?
It did, yes. It showed up in Japan on December 16th, 2009, and was taken down November 30th, 2022. But that was it, and I think it was only playable on PSP. Like, I don't think you could play it on your TV. Like, I think it was locked to the PSP.
Yeah. I just knew that you could, like, buy it again, because this is a relatively rare disc, I guess, UMD.
Yeah, UMD, and
to come
because there
across.
was something about this game made it, like, difficult for it to port, I think, which is what the problem was.
Man, it's such a shame, because it's so good. It's and
great.
with all of the different collections that have been released, it's just never there.
Which makes me very sad. This should just get its own standalone re-release. It would be amazing.
It really should.
But it doesn't seem to be the direction that that Capcom wants to take Mega Man right now. But it introduced Oil Man and Time Man, even though Oil Man is a pretty racist-looking figure in this.
A little bit.
They fixed his design in the comic book. You could just use that.
Yeah.
This game was brilliant.
It's really good. Spoilers for week-old news, but limited run games are like, we want to do better. Okay, there's one. Make a fucking call, boys.
No, I don't even think Limited Run has the capability of trying to recreate a UMD at this point.
Not with that attitude. Fuck, man. It was just so good. It was just so good. Yeah.
I love this month for PSP. Talk about
that's
just
an absurd month.
Wild. Like, we never have this kind of thing for PSP. We never have a month that's just like, wow, PSP is really crushing it this month. It just never happens.
PSP just out there doing the most.
Yeah, nope, didn't happen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And to round things out, the N-Gage, 2 releases, Civilization, and Atari Masterpieces Volume 2. Way to be in the game, N-Gage.
Way to be there.
Way to engage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to let that one go.
You should.
Yeah, I am. It just, nope. I got to set my N-Gage up somewhere back there where you can see it. So I do have it. It's in a fucking crate over there.
Yeah,
I actually have to just get to work on the construction part of this.
And who wants to do
garage. That? I really don't, honestly. I really don't, because there's so much still that has to happen before the construction bit. And, like, the construction bit I actually do want to do. It's all the other shit that I really don't want to fucking do before. Anyway, neither here nor there.
Traveling back 30 years into the past, to March 1996, Swedish video game magazine Superpower changes its name to Superplay. The PlayStation gears up for its battle against the upcoming Nintendo Ultra 64, and Interplay threatens to launch a VR sports line.
Do they?
This is a strange month. All right, so we're talking Super Nintendo, Genesis, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Still technically active. We had one Super Nintendo game in Cutthroat Island and 2 Genesis games, Pocahontas and Waterworld. So good job, 16-bit team. Really, really bringing it.
Wow. Yeah.
The 32X, this is the final 32X game. March 1996 was the last 32X game, The Amazing Spider-Man Web of Fire. Here's what's interesting about that, besides it being The Amazing Spider-Man Web of Fire, which I don't remember being a very good game.
I don't think it's a terrible game, right? I'm looking at it. You talk, I'll look. I know I've played it. Amazing Spider-Man Web of Fire for 32X. What's interesting here, and that I never knew this, is that this was also the month of the final Virtual Boy release, 3D Tetris. That's cute.
I didn't know the Virtual Boy and the 32X died in the same month. I didn't know that. Fascinating.
It is. Yeah, no, this looks like shit. I don't know that I've played this. This looks bad.
I was just going to say, like, you probably didn't emulate it, because I don't think a lot of people emulate 32X.
No.
It's one of those...
it's got that weird, like, very definite computer graphics looks to it, which just doesn't really work. Yeah, this is... I don't know. I mean... I don't know.
I've not heard that it is a very good game. It is my understanding that it is not.
Am I wrong that there's another Spider-Man game on the 32X?
Nope.
Is there not another one?
I think you're thinking of the Sega CD game.
Maybe.
So, Web of Fire, its reception was poor. Game Informer gave it a 5 out of 10. Game Players rated it 36% out of 100. But Mancy Games gave it a B+.
Right, Mancy. You're right. It is the Sega CD one that I'm thinking of. Yeah. That's the one I was thinking about. All right, never mind. I take it back. That game sucks, and everybody involved should be embarrassed.
Let's see. Neo Geo had one release in Neo Turf Masters. The Neo Geo CD also had a release. Stakes Winner. The Atari Jaguar had one release. Attack of the Mutant Penguins. Ooh. And Jaguar CD had one release. Brain Dead 13. Guess how many releases the 3DO had?
13.
1! Creature Shock.
No, you set me up. I was just...
So that's an interesting set of things. 32X, Neo Geo CD, Atari Jaguar, Jaguar CD, 3DO, and Virtual Boy, and Super Nintendo all had one game this month.
What about the
Genesis
3DO
coming
CD?
Out on hop with 2. The 3DO was CD.
I know. What about the 3DO cartridge?
Didn't exist.
That's where 3DO fucked up. Everybody else was releasing like the Sega CD and the Atari Jaguar CD. And 3DO should have been like, oh, we are already a CD. Here's the 3DO cart. Or 8-track.
It's our very own version of Pitfall the Mine Adventure coming at you. Back in the real world, with the real big hitters, we got PlayStation versus Saturn. PlayStation had 9, Saturn had 7. PlayStation was looking at Hardball 5, NBA Live 96, In the Hunt, Bust Move 2, Extreme Pinball, Descent, Rise 2, Resurrection, Darkstalkers, and the original Resident Evil.
All right, well, that's that. I mean, Darkstalkers and Resident Evil, there you go. But again, Capcom, you know you're putting your own games out against each other, right?
Spread that shit out. Come on. What are you doing here?
For all of the flack the original Resident Evil gets, when you take off the rose-colored glasses and you go back and look at it, it's like, all right, there's a lot of shit that's broken here, and the tank controls suck, and the voice acting is terrible, and none of that fucking mattered. Resident Evil fucking rules.
Yeah,
it ruled
especially
then.
At the time.
It's still
nothing
awesome.
Else was quite like it, you know?
It's fucking great. It's great.
Now, that being said, the Sega Saturn did not have a bad month.
Mm-hmm.
The Sega Saturn 7 releases were Bases Loaded 96, Criticom, one of the worst fighting games ever, Magic Carpet, Winning Post EX, but then it had the original D, Battle Arena Toshinden got its own port, and where the PlayStation had Darkstalkers, the The Saturn had Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge. Darkstalkers Revenge.
There you go. Say it. Yep. You got it.
That's hard. But yeah. The Saturn was the place for Capcom 2D fighters, for sure.
Absolutely.
As cool as Darkstalkers is on PlayStation, Night Warriors was killer on Saturn.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, I still think, takes it, but the fact that Resident Evil came out against D, I think that's really cool, because I didn't really know that cool. At the time.
Yeah.
I don't know much about D, I just know it's a horror game. Didn't catch on really as much as Resident Evil, but...
You know all about the D. Let's just, come on. Don't lie to the audience.
It's true,
Chris.
I am an expert in handling the D.
Oh, boy. How old are we? Yeah, okay.
13. So, okay.
That's a solid month, man.
It's a solid month.
I fucking love Darkstalkers, and I really wish that we would, that Capcom, right? I say we, like I'm involved. I'm like, hey dude, you coming over? Like, we're going to do a thing. I really wish Capcom would, like, update some of their other fighting game franchises. Like, they've really only focused on Street Fighter, right? Which makes sense. It's the most successful. It's the most recognizable. I mean, it has the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes as Guile in the upcoming cinematic adventure, which is going to be obviously the best movie ever made. Or a gigantic piece of shit worse than the original. Somehow, that's the thing that I think is more likely to happen. Regardless, it makes sense that they've been focusing on Street Fighter, right? But they have all of these other really awesome fighting game franchises. Like, really cool characters, really interesting mechanics that they could do. Even just mush them all together. I don't fucking know. But, like, give me where is the modern Darkstalkers, you know?
I don't know. It seems like a money-making idea.
Maybe they should call me. I'm here, Capcom. I work cheap. Chris knows.
Anyways,
yeah.
The Game Boy had 2 releases, College Slam and NBA Live 96, while the Game Gear had 1 release, Arcade Classics. And that's the 30.
That's not great for them.
Yeah.
Resident Evil,
yeah.
What a fucking
one of the
revelation.
most important video game franchises on the planet. Yeah, this is a pretty solid situation there. And the death of the 32X and the Virtual Boy. And look, I really like 3D Tetris. It's got its issues, but I really like that game. I was just playing it on the Switch last week or the week before. I can't remember. Yeah. See, we got through one of our distributors. We just got them in this week, and they're sending me one. These headset straps for Labo VR.
Yeah,
I want to see if it can connect to the Virtual Boy VR, and then I might just be playing a little bit more Virtual Boy stuff
which would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm not as awesome as just playing it on my goddamn TV, but whatever. I'll take what I can get.
Would indeed be the best.
I mean, I can get.
If Nintendo hasn't done it though, Chris, it's obviously impossible, and
it's clearly
you certainly shouldn't look for any other way to accomplish the thing that you want.
I can do it right now. I have them on my Raspberry Pi. I just don't want to because my Raspberry Pi is all weird and I can't get wireless controllers to work for it, and it doesn't have rewind and save states the way that the Switch does, and just want to do it that way.
I want what I want when I want it. God damn it.
Goddamn right.
You tell him, Veruca.
And let's travel down to 40 years ago. March 1986. Ubisoft is founded. The world of North American video games continues to heal, except there were no game releases this month at all. None that I could find. Nothing notable in the arcade. Couldn't find any listings for PC stuff. Atari is out until July of next year. 2600 is out until July of next year. And television's got nothing until May. The 5200 is nothing until September. The ColecoVision's nothing until November. The NES is out till June. The 7800 is back in May. Not back. The 7800, I believe, launches in May. The Master System launches in September. And no Game & Watches that I could find either. So
what a weird fucking time.
Yeah. Games were still being sold, but everything was in clearance bins. And the NES was starting to, the NES didn't properly roll out until September,
Right.
Or they was at least until later this year, and we'll start to see stuff in June as the NES, the launch lineup, makes its way across North America. But yeah, there's going to be some interesting stuff later this year. I say that every month. We're just still waiting on it. We just got to get to May.
It is interesting, looking back at this and realizing, shockingly enough, the video game crash of 1986 was the North American video game crash, and there is actually, in fact, a rest of the fucking world.
Yeah, lots of stuff. The PC market in Europe was doing just fine. Famicom was, doing great in Japan. Lots of stuff happening, just not here.
Just a weird time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's it. That's the 10, 20, 30, 40 for March 2026. And with that, we are going to take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we're going to see what's going on in the world of week-old news. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
We are Safe at Home, the leading dog rescue in the heart of New Jersey. Are you searching for a loyal companion, a dog that will bring love and joy to your home? Look no further than Safe at Home. At Safe at Home, we believe in giving every dog a second chance. We rescue, rehabilitate, and find loving forever homes for dogs in need, right here in the Garden State. Our dogs are ready to make a lasting impact on your life. Each one has a unique story, a wagging tail, and an incredible capacity for love. When you adopt from Safe at Home, you're not just gaining a pet, you're becoming a part of our family. Our dedicated team ensures a seamless adoption process, providing ongoing support and guidance. With New Jersey's beautiful parks, beaches, and trails, you and your new furry friend will have endless opportunities for adventures and cherished memories. Safe at Home relies on the support of compassionate individuals like you. Your donations and volunteer work enable us to continue saving lives and finding forever homes for these amazing dogs. Join us in creating a safer, happier community for dogs in New Jersey. Together we can make a difference and give every dog the chance to feel safe at home. Visit our website or call us now to learn about how you can be a part of the Safe at Home mission. Safe at Home, because every dog deserves to be loved and protected. www.safeathomerescue.org.
Do you miss the days when you'd get a fresh issue of Nintendo Power in the mail every month? It was stacked with reviews, previews, and all manner of cool new stuff about the world of Nintendo, and it even came with a free poster. Well, you don't have to miss those days anymore because Nintendo Force is here. Functioning as a spiritual successor to Nintendo's classic magazine, Nintendo Force is staffed with top-notch writing talent, and me for some reason, to deliver fresh new reviews, previews, and more right to your door every other month. And yes, posters are still included, except ours are double-sided. So if you want the thrill of learning all about the world of Nintendo in physical format, head on over to NintendoForceMagazine.com and learn all about it. Nintendo Force Magazine, the force of Nintendo fans. Us person.
Yes. So, I didn't think it was too untoward.
Speaking of untoward, hey, we're back.
Oh, there we are.
Welcome back. How have you been?
To the stage of history. My kids do that now. Makes me so happy.
Wonderful.
Like when I walk in the house and they're like, welcome back. And I look at them and they go, to the stage of history. Like they're not super excited about it. I get like the eye roll, like to the stage of history. Okay, yeah. We get it. You're old. Shut up. Fuck you, kids. This is why nobody likes you.
I love Soul Calibur. Anyway. It's
a good game.
Oh, yeah, so we got some stuff to talk about. So let's talk about it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. Strap yourselves in for Week Old News. Welcome to Week Old News, where we talk about all the news that was new a week ago. First up. Which one do you want, Dan? Do you want the one that explains the thing, or the one that explains why it sucks?
I'll take this one. I already did a lip smack about it like a fucking petulant teenager because I'm just annoyed. Fuck you. Just fuck. Gizmodo report. Literally everybody reported. The fucking local paper was like, have you seen this shit? The fuck are they doing? NVIDIA wants to slopify your PC games with its new AI upscaler. And no, that's not as sexy as you might think it sounds. Oh boy, NVIDIA said DLSS 5 is on the way and it's bringing real-time slopification to PC gaming. So what was it, GTC or GDC, whatever, NVIDIA came out and announced that their new DLSS 5 model will provide real-time graphics enhancements through AI to your favorite video games. And boy, I gotta tell you, they showed a picture of Resident Evil 9. This one is one of the most striking ones because they took a character who has been going through some shit in this game and is deep and nuanced and looks the way that she does because of, the effects of her life. And boy, when you turn DLSS 5 on, she looks like a fucking Instagram model, which is great if you want to jerk off. But as far as like bringing pathos and emotion to a video game, probably isn't what you're fucking looking for. And it looks like shit. And no. They gave her a fucking smoky eye. I don't want my graphics chip to be like, this fucker really likes a smoky eye. We know. So we're going to put it in there. Like, it is the highest form of fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I hated it. And was followed up later that week. IGN reports, quote, it's re-rendering the game. It turns out game artists don't love DLSS 5, despite NVIDIA's claims. Yeah, of course game artists don't like this, because it's just fucking with their work with slop plagiarism on top of their work.
Yeah.
They're going to keep shoving it down our throats. They're going to keep doing it because the goal is to, we don't have to pay artists anymore. It will save us money in the long term. Except the fact that when you replace all the jobs with AI, then nobody has a job to make money to buy your shit, so nobody can afford to buy anything anymore. Because you replaced all the jobs with AI to save money that you now can't make because nobody can earn money to spend to give back to you. This is all so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Just stop.
And
nobody likes it.
I've been really, really happy, right, with all of these stories that have come out to see just how fucking upset everybody else is. I have not seen defense of this, right?
I'm sure it's out there. There's plenty of tech bros on Twitter or tech bots on Twitter that are just like, yeah, no, it's the future. You guys can't stop it. Boom.
Yeah, no, I mean, from like actual credible sources, I have not seen any that have been like, so, all right, like this part looks pretty good, or this part, like everybody has roundly just been like, this is shit. And I've been pleasantly surprised, I think, by the pushback to AI, right? Because like, I know when I was trying to figure something out, and I was having problems with this camera system that I was trying to install at my aunt's house. And she was like, well, let me ask my neighbor. And I was like, he's in his fucking 60s. He doesn't know more about this shit than I do. She was like, yeah, I know, but I'll just ask him because he's good with this kind of thing. I was like, all right, fine. Ask him. So he sends back a chat GPT response. And I was like, yeah, that's not fucking helpful. I knew that's all he was going to do. He was going to look it up. He doesn't actually fucking know. But like their generation, my aunt's generation, people in their 60s and, 70s and whatever, they think it's great. Yeah, use ChatGPT. Talk to it, ask it questions, all that's fine. Right? And as we've said on the show, it does have its place. But this sort of thing has received such strong negative feedback that I'm really hoping they don't just continue to beat everybody over the fucking head with it. That they take a step back and go, I mean, maybe.
When was the last time you saw the industry, specifically the tech industry, take a step back?
Literally fucking never. But there is always a first time. So maybe this will be said first time. I mean, right, because we've talked about it before, that there are interesting applications here, right? What sort of cleanup could work like this do, instead of re-rendering and creating something new, but like what sort of cleanup theoretically, and I don't know enough about how this would work without plagiarizing people, but with like PS1 games, right? I was just talking to my kids about this earlier today. We were just talking about PS1 because I was playing through Mega Man 2 on the Legacy Collection. I just played through that today and just beat it because I was like, fuck it, whatever, I'm off. I'll say I just picked up the kids from school. We came home. We were playing. And Roddy said, he was like, well, I know you don't like things that look old, so that's why you don't put like the CRT filter on here. And I was like, no, I like things that look old appropriately if they look good. He was like, well, you think PS1 games look like shit. And I was like, well, they look like shit. That's like just objective. Like they're not
most
good. Right, but when I say they look like shit, I'm not talking about the cutscenes in Final Fantasy VII. I'm talking about the fucking triangles that are walking around.
You're not talking about Symphony of the Night.
I'm not talking about Symphony of the Night or Parappa the Rapper. Like, I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about that generation of games is ugly. It's dull. The backgrounds are very sparse in most of the things that we like. Metal Gear Solid, one of my very favorite games of all time, is not an attractive game. When they do the close-up on the fucking 3 squares that make up Snake's face, like, it looks fucking stupid. It looks bad, right? We excused it back then because that was the best we could do. So, is there some sort of technology that could enhance some of those things and clean them up a little bit, without plagiarizing work? I would have to imagine that there is. So there are interesting applications here, but to take Resident Evil 9, a game that just came out, and make all the characters look like Instagram models is a fucking weird choice. It's weird. Don't do that shit. It, one, doesn't fucking need it, and two, no. Stop. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even to your point about PlayStation 1 games, like, if you're gonna do that, get artists involved. Don't AI upscale it to turn it into something. Like,
right.
Use artists to have a vision and draw something. Like, yeah, that's... There are applications for AI to do certain things. Generating art is not one of them.
Generating art is not one of them. Yeah. It's one of the things, like, Tiff and I have been talking about it a lot this week because we've been watching, or she's been watching and I've been reading while it's been on, a lot of these, like, movie breakdowns. So, we usually watch Screen Crush for all, like, the current shows and stuff like that. And they're, like, rival channel, like, they have this fun little rivalry with this British channel, Heavy Spoilers. And Heavy Spoilers is great. They're going through and they're doing a bunch of these, like, old movie breakdowns. So she was watching the Terminator breakdown the other day. I fucking love the original Terminator. That's a great movie. And we got to talking about, like, why don't we have remasters of some of those films, right? Because they're, like, the original Terminator, right, Kris? That's not one that you've missed? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it. Not nearly as... like, very much. I didn't love it. Like,
sure,
it's cool, but I saw Terminator 2 first, and then went back to see Terminator 1, and, like,
okay,
I love Terminator 2. See that?
Oh, Terminator 2 is a perfect film, and fuck anybody who argues. That movie's fucking perfect, even with Edward Furlong in it. Sorry, Eddie. I know you watch. I apologize. And listen, he's a big fan. It's a little grating all these years removed as an adult. But like, if you go back and watch the original Terminator, right? There's a couple scenes in particular. Once Arnold's face starts getting blasted off, right? And he like plucks the eye out and that whole fucking thing. And when he gets in particular, when he gets in the truck and he turns over and looks at the dude and get out, right? It looks like fucking clown shoes, man. It's just absurd, right? So when we're going back to like redo the 4K Blu-ray of the original Terminator, like hire some artists and like throw some fucking CGI at that shit, you know, like remaster some of this stuff. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. And we got to talking, I was kind of surprised that actually doesn't happen more often, because I think George Lucas fucking ruined it by changing everything in Star Wars.
It's fascinating though, because Star Trek did that. Star Trek: The Next Generation, I think when it was released on DVD, they redid all the visual effects for the DVD release. It's fucking great. Like,
yeah, it's awesome.
Exactly. Star Wars took it in such a weird direction, but I don't understand why we don't go back and fix certain things in older movies when they do new releases, other than people don't want to put the money into doing it, I guess. But
I suppose, yeah.
It's like they're... As long
How
as
much
the original
would it really
version,
be?
As long as the original version is still available in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Like I understand with I understand with Star Trek, a lot of it had to do with like the original stuff wasn't available to a certain degree.
Okay.
Like it wasn't able to be reproduced, which was part of the impetus behind redoing all the visual effects. But like in general, as long as the original is still, because the original is the original, that was the original art. That's the thing that people fell in love with or whatever. But
yeah,
have cleaned up versions be options. Now you have two versions of it to sell. Like,
yeah,
I don't see how
even
there's
better.
I don't see how there's a bad a bad point there. It's fun. It's interesting to see things that you loved when you were a kid that had like, you know what? There's a special effect in this one scene. That's let's take Star Wars for example.
Yeah,
Empire Strikes Back is one of my absolute all-time favorite movies.
Absolutely.
But even as a kid, the Tauntaun running in stop-motion animation has always stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Nothing against stop-motion animation, but combining stop-motion and live action is, especially in Star Wars, especially when you've got a special edition that also incorporates new CG elements, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
It's weird. Yeah, it looks weird.
Why didn't they just do that in CG? Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I loved that the stop motion was the best option that they had at the time. No question.
Absolutely.
But now, I don't know.
Yeah, better
I don't
options.
think that's really
and like
the case now.
Yeah. You wouldn't go back and like redo the Harryhausen films. Like, let's just put a bunch of CGI skeletons. Because the point was how it looked.
Yeah,
right?
That's a different animal.
Right? Like, I can think about that first Terminator that fucking movie, man. I remember sitting in my aunt's living room. I know where I was in fucking Elmer, New Jersey, watching it. She had a big fucking TV, and we were watching the Terminator for some reason when we shouldn't be. We were way too little watching it. But when the eyeball cut, like, oh my God, I could put myself sitting cross-legged in front of this TV watching that shit. I fucking love that movie to bitty pieces. However, looking at it today, it looks absurd. It just that effect has not held up, right? Like the T-1000 in Terminator 2 has absolutely held up. That movie, I would argue, does not really need anybody to go back in and like, yes, but it could be better. That's not the point, right? Of like everything could be fucking better. But just certain things, I don't know, it was just an interesting, conversation sidetrack that we've been on this week.
Yeah. Why don't people do like people do it with video games all the time? What?
And that was where we got to. We were like, we've remastered fucking Last of Us a bunch of times already, and the original version still looks great,
Yeah.
But we don't do that for movies, and it just seemed really weird. And I don't want AI to do that, right? Maybe there's a place for some sort of assistance with the artists who are creating the work. Mm-hmm. To offload something, like, because that's the thing, like, tying this back to why we started talking about all this, right? Like you said, it's not going anywhere. These giant corporations have invested way too much money for them to be like, well, I'll just write that off. Never mind, people don't like it. You know, so it's like, is there a way to marry the two, to marry creativity, to actually do the fucking bullshit that they say they're doing? Like, we're doing this to make artists' lives easier. Maybe it's not. It's not. I wanted to, I don't know who I'm looking at. I wanted it to be possible, but it's not. I apologize. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Your turn.
Remaster Terminator. If you've learned nothing else from this podcast episode, it's that Terminator needs a remaster. But only a few scenes. The rest of it fucking holds up because it was practical effects and it was dope. It's a perfect movie, as is Terminator 2. The rest of the franchise, I don't know what they were thinking, but, you know, anyway, it's neither here nor there. When you get to the letter T, do a fucking Terminator. And just get progressively sadder as the day goes on.
Rather not.
Oh, fuck. I'm up. All right. Sorry. I forgot. Investor who... Oh, yeah. This is the one. Okay. Nintendo Life reports, investor who urged Nintendo to monetize Mario's jumps acquires shares in Kadokawa. Just think of paying 99 cents just to get Mario to jump a little higher. Oasis Management Company, a Hong Kong-based investment firm, has reportedly acquired a significant stake in Japanese media giant Kadokawa. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and I apologize if I'm not. As reported by Automaton, the firm now owns an 8.8% stake in Kadokawa after purchasing over 13 million shares. Kadokawa famously owns the likes of From Software, Elden Ring, heard of it, Spike Chunsoft, which is Danganronpa, and Acquire, Mario and Luigi Brothership in the games industry, but also has a massive hold on multiple entertainment sectors. And look, I think the scary thing here, right, is that the more these types of people get involved in this hobby that we love, the enshittification, which is one of my favorite terms of the year so far, the enshittification of literally fucking everything will continue. And you just, like... I feel such a love for indie developers currently. You know, I've soured a lot on big game developers over the last couple of years. Because of shit like this. You know? The constant push to, like, everything has to be this gigantic fucking spectacle, and there's a lot of practices from a lot of the big publishers that you and I have, you know, well documented on this show, been like, don't fucking do things like that. Don't do that. You know? You don't have to be that way. And most of the money is okay. You don't need all of the money, because as you just very elegantly pointed out, Kris, if you guys take all of the money, then I can't give you any of the new money, because you'll be getting that too, and I won't have it to spend on anything except, you know, my fucking... I'm renting oxygen tanks so that I can breathe for another 5 minutes from Amazon, or whatever future we're fucking headed towards. You know? I'm gonna have to drive down to the Main Street ad theater so I can watch enough ads to get a fucking breadcrumb delivered. It's fucking terrible. Yeah, I hate everything.
Just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, keep going. Next one's not any better.
IGN reports Ubisoft is laying off 100 plus staff and ending game development at Ghost Recon studio Red Storm Entertainment. That's right, Ubisoft's announced yet more layoffs as part of its ongoing cost-cutting program, with 105 staff now set to depart veteran Tom Clancy game studio Red Storm Entertainment. Good job, guys. Keep the winning coming.
If they haven't done enough... I just... How bad... Out of curiosity, I wonder. Ubisoft, please give us a call. Again, no, big fans. And we talk a lot of shit about you. And you keep listening, and we do appreciate it.
Just keep on coming back.
Yeah. And maybe, like, don't lay off the studio, knock your Patreon subscription down a little bit. You know, I'm sure some new listeners and viewers will kick up their Patreon subscriptions just to cover your shortfall. But like, I really wonder, does anyone work at Ubisoft anymore? Because I feel like over the last 2 years, they've laid off 6 billion people. How bad have you fucked this up?
Pretty thoroughly, I would imagine. I think
How?
I think it's all. I think the answer you're looking for is all.
How? Assassin's Creed sells a bajillion copies every fuck year.
Yeah, but
How
not a
have
billion,
you fucked
not
that
a bajillion
up?
D5. And everybody gets a bajillion D paycheck, right? All the higher ups, they get those big fat paychecks, but that's not
Can
enough.
nobody do math? Like,
math is not important. All that matters is that they make more money than they did last year.
And I hate math. I don't like saying that math is important. I want to be like, no, Shakespeare, fuck math. Numbers are stupid and for idiots. But they're not. They kind of mean a lot. They're important. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe it's not for my small female brain to comprehend. I don't know.
Yeah, you hit the hammer on the nail there.
Yeah, right? I mean, sorry. It's Women's History Month. I take it back. Tiff and I came to the realization as we were sitting in Red Robin today for our lunch date that the most corporate of corporate things was happening because while we were sitting in Red Robin in the mall for our 45-minute to an hour lunch, the entire soundtrack was all women. And we were like, this is a weird fucking soundtrack for Red Robin at like 1:30. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I was like, it's Women's History Month. And she was like, fuck, that is some corporate ass bullshit right there. That's why they've done it. And it was like Gloria Estefan and fucking Paula Abdul. And like, it was fucking weird. Anyway. Yeah, this is a weird part of my day. I don't know how I feel about this one. GameStop reports Sony will drop all PlayStation Network branding this year. The console war isn't ending. It's just getting a makeover. So there's been a lot of different versions of this story kind of floating around, but really where everybody seems to be landing is that there's a very strong possibility that by the end of this year, PlayStation Network will no longer be a thing as it exists currently. Whatever it's going to be called will look somewhat similar to the current Premium, Essential, and whatever the fucking other standard, basic, I don't know what the other tier is called on PlayStation Plus currently, and that there will be some amount of rolling in all of the other services that Sony currently offers, right? And I think we talked about this a few years ago of like this seeming to be the end goal when Sony started to acquire Crunchyroll, right? And like all the anime streaming, and they were doing a bunch of other different things. I don't know how much this is effectively going to change, because it's not like they're going to get rid of the PlayStation Network. That's money that you have to pay them every month in order to be able to play multiplayer games. They're not just going to be like, all right, you don't have to do that anymore. Like, that's obviously not a thing that they're going to do. This is going to be an interesting thing to watch and kind of see how it develops and how they try to separate themselves from Microsoft in whatever direction Microsoft ends up going with this with the Project Helix project, for lack of a better sentence.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of strikes me like, Virtual Console or the eShop. Like, people change names of things. I think PlayStation Network... I think it's interesting because I think PlayStation Network is... Like, I don't see what's wrong with it. It seems like a pretty solid brand. PSN.
It is.
Rolls right off the tongue. I don't know what they're going to change it to, but, maybe we're looking at an HBO Max type of situation where they're going to realize 6 months from now that when they turn it into PS Go or something, that it's like, you know what? Never mind. Hold on.
We're going to go back to PSN. because we were
PSN
HBO
Classic.
Max, and then we were Max, and people were like, Cinemax? No, HBO Max, but like, just Max, no HBO. And they're like, all right, fine, we'll go back to HBO Max. It's fine.
But, like,
Stop
at least that
changing
one,
shit.
I sort of vaguely understood it because nobody knows what a box office is anymore, right? You don't go to the box office to buy tickets, so like... But
does anyone
cares.
know
It's
that's
HBO.
what HBO stands for?
Exactly.
That's not our
Nobody
age?
cares. It's like somebody somewhere like was making that argument, and somebody should have been like, yeah, but who cares?
Yeah. One of the most popular movie ranking sites is called Letterboxd.
Yeah.
My kids don't fucking know what that means. It doesn't matter. You gotta name shit. Just leave it alone. Give it a name and shut the fuck up. Like, just let's move on. Anyway.
Sigh. All right, where were we?
Let's sigh.
Oh, boy, this is interesting. Ben Kingsley and Nick Offerman join Sonic the Hedgehog 4 full cast revealed. So let's see. This is Go Nintendo reports. According to Variety, both Ben Kingsley and Nick Offerman will be joining Sonic 4, but we have no clue who they'll be playing. Apparently, their announcements complete the ensemble, as the full cast has been revealed. Stars set to appear in the movie include Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, Kristen Bell, Idris Elba, Keanu Reeves, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, Ben Kingsley, Matt Berry, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, Lee Majdoub, Nick Offerman, and Richard Ayoade.
That's a fucking great cast, and I'm really sad that we know that Kristen Bell is playing Amy Rose, because that's who I want either Nick Offerman or Ben Kingsley to be playing. I want them. I really want to see what Nick Offerman would do as Amy.
I feel like Nick Offerman's got to be Big the Cat, but
oh shit, yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm glad that let's see. So who do we not see here listed? James Marsden is still in it, but we didn't see that cop dude that was in like the Knuckles spinoff.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like we're pushing farther and farther away from the bullshit and more into just like let's make Sonic movies.
Yeah,
and they keep getting better. So
they do. This last one was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
It
wasn't great.
I enjoyed it, but it was solid. I enjoyed Sonic 3.
It was good.
Let's keep that going.
Yeah. In more casting news, IGN reports that Kirsten Dunst has been cast as Alex in a Minecraft movie too, fulfilling her wish to play a part in the sequel. I didn't see the first one, and I don't think I'm gonna, because I just don't care. I don't watch things that I do care about. And it's not like this is not me being shitty. I just really could not give a fuck less.
Yeah, I wouldn't have cared less either, except for my kids. But watching it with my kids was pure magic.
Because I'm sure that was awesome.
It was very stupid, as long as you like remove all sense of logic. But it was very fun, and especially watching it with the kids. We had a blast.
Yeah,
and
but
Kirsten Dunst's head is pretty square to begin with. Like it's kind of cubic, so it really works.
I don't know why Kris is like this. I'm sorry.
What did I say?
Her head is square.
It is.
Talk about a motherfucker's head like that.
Oh, she's beautiful. Come on, what is she going to say to me?
That is Dame Kirsten Dunst, sir. I believe. No, it's just
she's awesome. I think it's great casting.
Great. Yeah, she's great. I'm sure she'll be great in this movie. It's just that you and your kids saw a Minecraft movie. I took my kids to see Iron Lung. Same thing. We both went to see video game movies. Just opposite. Yet all of us will be at Mario. So there you go.
Mario's for everyone.
Mario is for everyone except Ted Cruz.
Here's what they're gonna do.
I don't know why him in particular. I just feeling a certain kind of way. I'm sorry, Ted. It's all right.
He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, Minecraft was fun. I'm very curious what the sequel's gonna be. But we'll find out. We'll be seeing it because I find it. What I find interesting is that this was announced. There's a Minecraft Live presentation tomorrow on Saturday the 21st. There's a Minecraft Live. So, like, why did we announce that? I think this Kirsten Dunst announcement was yesterday. Like, what? Why not just hold that till the Minecraft Live?
Yeah. Maybe there's an even bigger announcement.
Kirsten Dunst is also playing Steve.
I mean, all right, now I'm in. Like, is Kirsten Dunst also the Ender Dragon? Like, just a big dragon with Kirsten Dunst fucking face on it? Now I'm in. Now I want to go see your fucking weird body horror movie that you're apparently making. Super into that. Like, because that's a bold choice, Microsoft. And or Jack Black.
Nintendo Life reports Mario Kart World Hori Racing Wheels releasing for Switch 2 this month. That's the story.
That is the story. I thought these looked really nice because these are they have pedals this time, Chris. Did you even look at them? You didn't even look.
I did. I've seen pictures of these for like a hot minute now. I did. They're out here.
Yeah. What do you think of the price?
Oh, I don't know. Racing wheels have always been kind of spicy. I feel like racing wheels, especially ones with pedals, like the nice racing wheels, have always been expensive. I don't get racing wheels. I don't. Yeah. So they mean nothing to me. Like, sure, $130. Like, I remember the $100 racing wheels on like Xbox and shit. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. They got nice branding. This is a nice looking product. In case anybody is interested in that sort of thing. This one, you're going to have to explain this one to me and why this is important. Retro RGB reports that Humble Bazooka revives its Saturn 3D controller Bluetooth adapter project. A long dormant project to create a wireless Bluetooth adapter for the Saturn 3D controller is alive once again, according to a blog post from its creator. Dave, the owner of retro game accessory shop Humble Bazooka, wrote on March 7th that the adapter is the first project back on the bench after putting new product development on hold this year. Is there not a wireless controller option for Saturn that's good, or is this just like a better option?
So the Saturn 3D pad, like the official Saturn 3D pad, has a, like, breakaway is not the right word. Like, the cable comes out. It's like a module that plugs in. You can just unplug it. So wouldn't it be cool if somebody just, you take that out and put a Bluetooth adapter in that slot? Wouldn't that be cool?
Is that, there's nothing like that exists already? That seems weird.
Yeah, because, well, there's not a ton of the 3D controllers out there, and it's a pretty niche idea, which is where Humble Bazooka lives. in the niche. The conversations that we have had with Dave in the Discord about, I have been begging him to make a new CDI Bluetooth adapter.
No!
It's never going to happen.
Dave! Don't. Don't do it. Dave, you don't listen to me. I'm not in those discussions, but Dave, save your time and energy.
No. I want him to do it.
I know you Dave's want really him cool. to do it.
We distribute Humble Bazooka stuff for him. And the fact that this project is back in development makes me very happy because it's just one of those things you look at and say, how was that not a thing? But also, like, what was it? The NES hub. Nobody had ever used the external port on the bottom of the NES before. It just happened like last year, the year before. So, yeah. Let's get to work. Let's make it happen. I'm very excited. Love it.
Okay.
I don't even have a Saturn 3D controller. I want one, but I've never gotten one. I don't. Who cares? I just want it to exist. I want to be able to put it on our storefront and sell it, and it'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. With you.
Love these kinds of projects. This is interesting. Go Nintendo reports Shenmue 3 Enhanced confirmed for Switch 2. Physical release includes full game on card.
Good.
Shenmue finally coming to Nintendo platforms. This is Shenmue 3 Enhanced is coming to Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and PC. There's physical editions coming all over the place. That sounded dirtier than I meant it to. Yeah, it's an enhanced version of Shenmue 3. And if you're a big Shenmue fan, or if you've always wanted to try Shenmue 3, and not the first two, this is a way for you to do that.
If you always wanted to skip over the first two games and just jump right in the middle of the story, and be like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, I'm going on Reddit to bitch.
I'm not entirely sure.
This is a great way to do it. Yeah, this might be the first part of the story. I don't fucking know. Yeah,
I don't know Shenmue from a hole in the ground. I remember playing the first game and being like,
oh, wow. My foot almost got trapped in Shenmue.
The first Shenmue was really cool, but I never really stuck with it, just because I just didn't really get it, but I thought it was really cool. I remember just like, nothing else looked like that at the time. I remember getting that first Dreamcast VHS tape in at Funcoland and people being like, Shenmue, I don't know what that is. That looks incredible. And, it's neat. And I'm really happy for Shenmue fans that this game exists. But it's also my understanding that they didn't finish the story in this one like people were hoping. And Londi is still out there. So let's get some more Shenmue. Let's finish the story for my Shenmue friends, all right?
Yeah.
My friend Mauricio is a big Shenmue fan. And he just wants to know what happens. For Mauricio, come on.
For if nothing else, at least for Mauricio.
At least.
Oh, so this story has been literally everywhere as well. GameSpot, time extension, your mom called me and told me that after waves of complaints, Limited Run Games is planning big changes. And by big changes, they mean regular updates. It's basically...
I read through this article and was like...
Those are your big changes? Hey guys, so the big changes we got coming here from Limited Run Games that we're going to tell you when shit's happening. Fuck off, man. Like, oh boy. I have had my issues with Limited Run Games for decades now. And it just, because you want this company to be us, right? Like, when I hear these guys talk, I want to hear Kris talking. I want to hear Ryan talking. I want to hear Dean being fucking weird and all of that shit. Like, I want to hear our friends talking. I want to hear Rumblemans talking. I want to hear Matt talking. I want to hear Matt or other Matt. We have a lot of Matts. I want the collection. I want a cadre of Matts fucking talking about this shit. That's what I really want. But then you hear, like, Limited Run Games speak, and I'm just going to read a couple of the quotes. Let's see. So the story is, right, Limited Run Games has been coming under fire under the last couple of years. Things like quality control, poor communication, and they sent out this email talking about how they're going to have a renewed fan-first focus, which is all about celebrating the community, strengthening communication, and delivering a more consistent experience around every release. To which I saw a lot of people respond with, oh, so you're just going to release the shit you said you were going to release then? Cool. This shift reflects a strengthened commitment to how LRG shows up for fans and partners, with clearer updates, more consistent visibility, and a higher standard of communication from announcement through delivery. Fans will soon notice the difference with a regular cadence of blog posts, social media updates, and emails designed to inform and update, providing a better understanding of delivery times and product-specific details. This new philosophy reflects a renewed focus on the fundamentals fans depend on: product quality, reliable fulfillment, and a commitment to regular, timely, and informative communication. Good! That's the fucking baseline!
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like that. Well, that just sounds like the bare minimum of what you need to have to be a successful company.
Bottom
that makes
of the
people
fucking
happy.
barrel. That is. We're gonna talk to you about the shit you gave us money for. Yeah. Fuck. Like, this is really how. Nothing matters. It's just nothing matters. Because shit just happens and we just keep, because of this, the predatory practices of companies like Limited Run Games, right? Because for all the good that they have done, and don't get me wrong, we have talked about it many times, Limited Run has done a lot of really good things. They have also existed and grown off of incredibly disgusting predatory practices. That is just a fact. You can argue all you want, and you'd be wrong if you argue against it, right? But then, like, the fucking CDR debacle, like, what are you doing? What is happening? This is the... What I just read to you, their fucking statement is corporate bullshit. That's not what you want from this company, you know? It's just not. You want, like, I don't know. It drives me crazy listening to this shit. And, like, to what end? Why even release this fucking statement? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with this? For everybody to go, oh no, they said they're going to talk to us. Like, what?
Yeah, they're probably just hoping that people read the headlines and be like, oh, they're under new management. They're going to do better now.
Yeah, so the co-founder, Josh Fairhurst, right, is leaving. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Some more, actually, genuinely positive news. Go Nintendo reports, BitTrip Rerunner confirmed for Switch 2 following Kickstarter success. Yay.
Yeah,
BitTrip
that's
Rerunner
awesome.
Kickstarter was a success. Now, granted, it was, it took some doing. It wasn't a resounding success. The Skullgirls development team pledged $10,000 if they reached the 40K limit, and they did. And so then they got a little bit more. But either way, Switch 2 version of Rerunner is happening, which means that all of the BitTrip games will be available on Switch 2, and that makes me happy.
That is cool.
That's all.
I'm glad they're coming. Yeah, I'm glad they're coming.
I bet they are
weird
too.
That another developer was like, all right, we'll give you some money. Shut up. Sorry, guys. Come on. Let's just do it. But, no, that's great. This one, I don't know how to feel, right? Nintendo Life reports that Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered publisher responds to AI outfit allegations. Asper, or Aspear, I don't fucking know how you say it, I don't care, released a free upgrade for Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, throwing in a new challenge mode and a bunch of fresh outfits to anyone who downloaded. Despite being free, the newbies were not received. And newbies, I guess, I don't know why it's written that way. Shortly after launch, players began reporting inconsistencies in the new outfits. I'm not going to say fits, you fucking chode. With strange symbols and odd details leading many to believe that they have been created with AI. The theories only gained credibility when Giovanni Luca, the lead artist on both 1 through 3 and 4 through 6 remastered, revealed that he was not involved in the art direction of this new patch, announcing that none of the original developers were involved in it either. The Tomb Raider, so the team responded to the Tomb Raider community. We hear and appreciate your feedback regarding the recent challenge mode update for Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. Our top priority is the delivery of a patch that will fix the texture issues and technical bugs. In addition, a series of updates are on the way to address a variety of technical issues across all platforms. This is also an opportunity to correct some mistaken information. The outfits in the update were created by our team of artists. No AI-generated assets were used in the update. We'll release more details on the patch content and timing as soon as possible. If you'd like to help us prioritize fixes, you can report bugs at yourmother.com. Yeah, like, because, so this is a weird story, right? Like, some people aren't good at art. And that appears to be the case here, right? Like, these were just kind of shitty looking outfits. And that, it's an interesting thing that we've gotten to, right? Where, like, shit that looks bad is now like, oh, it's shitty AI. Like, no, that was just a shitty human. Like, those still exist too, right? Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't look at them. It's an interesting kind of development in this whole world of AI versus human generated and whatnot, like claiming that things are AI when they're not. It does seem to me that the team at Asper, or Asper, do you know how you say it?
I think it's Asper.
Asper? Okay. The team at Asper, Aspire. It's probably Aspire, right?
Oh, it's probably Aspire.
It is probably Aspire.
That would be clever.
I've had a lot to drink today because I didn't go to work. The team at Aspire could have, Kris, given the names of the artists. They did indeed neglect to do that. That seems like a pretty simple, like, well, this costume was created by fucking Joe, and then Stephanie did the Gladiator one. You know, like, just say who fucking did it. I don't know.
I don't know. They look pretty dumb, but they
also
they don't look any dumber than the rest of these games.
Yeah, but also don't put them on.
Yeah. As fans and customers, we can't accept this level of quality.
We didn't ask for it. We didn't pay for it, and we're still angry. Okay.
Speaking of dumb, Polygon reports Logan Paul gets ripped apart by Pokemon fans for being a poser.
Yep.
Yeah, so he said a bunch of stuff. Pokemon fans are just like, you're full of shit, sir. So either he's an idiot or he used AI to come up with a bunch of stuff to, make it seem like he's a Pokemon fan. Logan Paul sucks.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah.
He does indeed. He has made a fuck ton more money than we have, though, so, he's got that going for him.
So very much more successful than we will ever be.
Yeah.
But,
doesn't make him any less of a douche.
Not my cup of tea, sir.
No. Nope, not my flavor of douche. Do they come in flavors, Kris? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to drink them, but...
Well, tell me what to do with my hot body. Polygon reports the Firefly returns as an animated series with controversial creator Joss Whedon's blessing, so we know it's going to be awesome because Joss Whedon does great things. Is that what we were supposed to ad-lib with the story?
I guess. Yeah, no, I don't know why they needed to throw this controversial creator Joss Whedon's blessing into the headline here, because it just seems like it's just a small piece of the story.
It really does.
Involved. They weren't going to do this. Was originally his thing, and they weren't going to do any more without his blessing.
Yeah,
they got it. That's the story.
They basically had to be like, "Hey, Joss, we're going to do this, and you're a fucking twat, so don't say anything about it." And he was like, "Okay, I won't." Is that how I imagine that conversation went, right? Like, I'm projecting, probably. I think, but
look,
seems likely.
I love Firefly. Not quite as much as Evan does, because I don't think anyone does. But
no, I don't think so either.
I love Firefly and Serenity. I've read the additional comic stuff, which is all very interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that the time period that they're doing this in is really cool, because it's always bothered me how we went from the last episode of Firefly to the beginning of Serenity. There's some incongruities there that have bothered me, specifically like Mal's attitude towards everyone else on the ship. We didn't get to see Book leave. We didn't get to see Inara actually finally leave. Like, I'm very curious about this. I think doing it animated is the perfect thing to do, because doing it in live action means you would have to now do it after Serenity, and
because those 30 and 40 years olds are now 50 and 60 year olds,
exactly,
and they look different.
They would have to play older versions of themselves, and not that I don't think that would be an interesting story. Like, I certainly wouldn't mind seeing what they all are like now, having been in space all this time? What actually happened to the Alliance after Serenity? Like, I would like to see some of that, but not as much as I would like to see more adventures of the Firefly crew at their prime before Serenity happened. And as long as it looks good, I think, they got the whole freaking cast back, minus Ron Glass, because he's dead. Everybody else is on board.
And we have AI to take care of that, so fuck it. Ron Glass is back, too.
There we go. Yeah. I see this as an absolute win. I see it as nothing but a good thing. This is as good as this was ever going to get. And
yeah,
who knows? Maybe if this is some sort of rousing, smashing success, they will do that post-Serenity thing. Like, they could change their minds. Who the hell knows?
Please don't.
That's
Please don't. You don't want to see that. You don't.
Dude, Nathan Fillion was just Guy Gardner. Come on. They're not ancient and decrepit.
No, but they're also not fucking Firefly. Firefly was fucking sexy and cowboys and all of that shit. And you don't want that. You don't actually want that.
I do. I love a story of what happens next.
Nathan Fillion was Guy Gardner. Nathan Fillion was not Kyle Rayner. Like, let's not fucking cross the streams here. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't cast Nathan Fillion to be the hot, young, new Green Lantern to take the series in a new direction. Because he's a fucking fully grown adult. Like, it's okay.
That's the thing. I would like to see what these characters are like older. I'm very curious. I would like to see that. I think that's an interesting story to tell.
Maybe. I don't think so.
But just not as necessary. I would be happy to see it, but I don't think it's nearly as necessary as this. And I'm thrilled. I love Firefly. Can't wait.
Firefly is cool. Fuck Joss Whedon. You know, I think it's really not. What I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's a generous lover. Or isn't that what he got in trouble for? I'm sorry. I feel like I should know this. I don't. I just know we don't like him anymore. I don't remember why.
Moving right along.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Gizmodo reports, I thought this is something you might care about because I know you were talking about this, Chris. Yeah, Voltron Legendary Defender forms a physical collection after the Netflix delisting. So Voltron Legendary Defender, the 10-year anniversary is happening now, which seems fucking nuts that was 10 years ago, but Voltron Legendary Defender, no longer on Netflix, but you will be able to pick up a brand new physical collection did we have a release date in here? I don't think so. No. Okay. They will be putting out a new version or a new physical collection of Voltron Legendary Defender, which is awesome. That show was fucking dope, and I wish it did better than it did.
I mean, it stuck around. It had a conclusion. It ran its course.
I know, but I just wanted more. I'm sorry. I was reading this wrong. Again, I've been drinking all day. It's a $50 collection. It ships out on March 31st. It is a DVD set. It's not Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
So I find that... Yeah, I find that to be a little goofy, but it's $50. Like, that's not a crazy price for an 8-season, 78-episode DVD set. And at least this way you'll have it, right? Because this is where we get into that fucking scary conversation of like, Netflix just delisted it. Why? I don't know. They didn't say, but like, okay, all of a sudden this thing is gone. You know? Shit. That's not cool.
I didn't really understand. I never really followed this show's fandom. I watched it religiously. I was thrilled with it all the way through. Apparently there was an awful lot of fan distaste towards the end of the series. Like, they kind of made Shiro gay, and the community didn't care for the way that it was handled, because I don't think he was gay enough, or he was supposed to fall in love with somebody else, or I don't know. But I thought the show was great. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed
I thought it was a brilliant reinvention, and I actually started a rewatch not that long ago, and then I got distracted by something else. I should really get back to this. That's what I was watching at the gym. Ugh, I'm so dumb. I keep forgetting to, like, I've been at the gym, like, none of my shows, I don't really want to watch in the shows that I'm watching. I forgot that I was watching Voltron. I'm going to get back to this one. Hell yeah.
That was good stuff. Yeah. I do think it's weird that it's on DVD.
That is weird. That is weird.
That... I wonder... I really wonder what that looks like now. Right? Because Penn and I were walking around the store the other day. We had to run to Target for something. Or was it Target? I don't know where the fuck we were. Might have been Walmart, Best Buy, somewhere. We were at some store, and it was like, you know, a bunch of new release movies that we were looking through, but it was like DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. Like, what are we doing? No, pick one. Fucking just stop it. Why? Who's still? Not who's still buying DVDs, because, like, you can go to the thrift store and get DVDs for $1, and, like, they still look fine and whatever. But why are we releasing new things on DVDs? Have people not jumped to Blu-ray players in the same numbers?
No, definitely not.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems weird to me. Because, like, the jump happened, like, 15 years ago.
Yeah, and a lot of people just never bothered making the jump because streaming happened.
Yeah, well, I guess that's fair. Huh.
So a lot of people still have DVD players, but not everybody upgraded to Blu-ray players. It's kind of a weird thing.
This is a weird... Yeah, anyway, I take it all back. Fuck physical media, go to streaming.
Rounding things out, Go Nintendo reports, BuzzFeed is shifting to AI game creation, and they say Nintendo inspired them. Oh boy. So, what? I'm just going to read this as is. BuzzFeed is known by most as the outlet that has cranked out an endless amount of lists and quizzes that figure out what Harry Potter house you belong to or in which minor friend's character you are. Meaningless fluff for the internet, but nothing that did any real damage or hurt anyone. Well, it seems BuzzFeed is looking to change that, to change what they're known for, and it's already not going well in terms of public reaction. BuzzFeed is apparently shifting to AI game and app creation, taking a shotgun blast approach with a variety of different AI-built experiences. While the decision is troubling in and of itself, the company's statement about the, quote, guiding philosophy behind their AI endeavors makes even less sense. Apparently BuzzFeed is forging this AI road ahead thanks to inspiration from Nintendo. The guiding philosophy comes from an unlikely place, Nintendo, the gaming giant's principle of lateral thinking with withered technology, taking maximum creativity out of what already exists, is branch office's North Star. We don't need to build our own foundational models or compete with big tech. We just ask one question. What's already here? And how do we make it genuinely fun?
Okay.
Sorry, I can't say it any better. We don't want to speak for Nintendo, but it's not hard to imagine that many in the company would be horrified to know what BuzzFeed has pivoted to AI game creation thanks to inspiration from Nintendo. See, the whole thing... First, AI is not withered technology.
No.
It's the current technology.
Yes.
The whole notion of lateral thinking with withered technology is what got us stuff like the Game Boy, right? Nintendo takes stuff that's easy to get, inexpensive, and well-established, and then tries to do something interesting and creative with it. That's how we got the Wii. That's how we got the Game Boy and the Game & Watch. Like,
because they had a dude named fucking Gunpei Yokoi who was fucking crazier than a son of a bitch. And without that dude, like, his fucking contributions to the video game industry, I don't think are properly lauded, right? To where you have a bunch of fucking jackasses like BuzzFeed being like, oh, this is what Nintendo's doing. Thanks, guys. This is easy. Good job.
This is a great idea. Let's make some AI-generated apps.
Not
Yay.
what it is.
Yeah, no. Missed the ball on that one, guys.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, that's it. That's week-old news.
I had such respect for BuzzFeed before this. That's really
This
troubling.
was a lot of crappy news. I'm glad there were some good stories, but this was a pretty dour week.
I didn't even put in all this shit. I don't know. PS3 put out a fucking update.
Yeah, your PS3 updated. I can't wait to turn my PS3 on and let it update for the next 6
updated with
hours.
some new Blu-ray functionality. So that's pretty cool. Okay, take a break.
Well done. Nailed it. Alrighty. Well, that is it for this segment. We're going to take ourselves another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to check in with the checkpoint. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Andy. Neither of us are David Crane, but we are the hosts of David Crane's Amazing Movie Time.
That's our monthly Geekade Patreon exclusive podcast that covers movies that are cult classics, weird, or just sometimes laughably bad.
We ourselves have at least 2 of those qualities, so I guess it makes sense to hear what we think of those movies in retrospect.
You can hear all that and more by becoming a Geekade Patreon supporter.
And, as always, be kind, rewind.
Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. All right, everybody, we are back. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, it's, personal jinx. You want
We
me
got
a soda?
the same shirt on. We're saying the
I
same
know.
things.
This is-
Oh, boy.
Fucking somebody better AI edit this shit. Hold on, let me button up so we don't look. There you go. I'll ruin the continuity.
There is 80 ounces. I've been drinking 80 ounces of water a day.
Ugh.
It's a challenge.
It's gross.
Apparently, it's good for you.
Doesn't have any caffeine or anything in it.
Nope. That's why I'm falling asleep all the time.
So stupid. Ugh. Non-drug, druggy water.
Yeah, just boring-ass water.
Yeah.
Boring-ass
All right,
everything.
There you go. I've buttoned up,
All
so
right.
now you can't see that we're wearing the same shirt.
Checkpoint!
It's a good thing I didn't
Let's
tell
get.
anybody.
I have almost no video games to talk about. I played Nintendo Land with the kids. It was fun. I played like 15 minutes of VVVVVV tonight on a whim, and I put in exactly 20 minutes in Yoshi's Island. I've done almost nothing this week. It's been a hell of a week. So the only thing that I will talk about, besides the two of us talking about the Spider-Man trailer, is that
Yes.
I started watching the live-action One Piece show.
Right, you were saying you were going to do
Yeah.
that. How was it?
I love it.
Huh.
I've never been able to get into the anime or the manga because I hate the art. It's very similar to that show Sweet Tooth. I really liked the show Sweet Tooth. Could never
Yeah.
read the comic because I hate the art.
I get that.
It's just one of those things with me. I have a hard time following stories, even ones that I like, if I do not like the way it looks. One of the reasons I gave up on, the Marvel What If show. I just think it's ugly. I don't like looking at it.
There's no thinking. That show is ugly.
One Piece, that art style is just not for me. I don't like looking at it. But apparently I really like the story because I'm really enjoying the live action show. And I don't have anything to compare it to, so it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, they got this wrong. They changed this. It's all new to me. So me and Karen have both been really enjoying it. I find it utterly fascinating. It's freaking anime as hell, too. Like, the people got wacky ass hairstyles. None of it makes any logical sense in in reality. It doesn't matter. It embraces the insanity that it is and makes it digestible for people who don't like animation. And I love animation, but yeah, I just didn't care for One Piece's look. and it's really fun. I really like it. I'm really itching to know what happens next, because it does that thing that anime does so very well, is like it finishes off an episode and you're just like, what? Now I gotta know what happens next. Give me more. I want the next one. So I think we're 5 episodes in. The trouble is that Daredevil is happening really soon, and Invincible just started.
The Boys. Yep.
Fuck. Last season. So I think we're gonna like chill on Invincible for a minute, because we just finished the last season, because we didn't realize we didn't finish the last season. We thought that we had, where we left off was the season finale, and then we found out there was actually, I think, 3 more episodes.
Whoops.
Yeah, so that was really cool. It was a little confusing because it had been a minute, and then we were like, "Oh, what the hell happened?" And we jumped in. We jumped in for like the invasion of Marks, and then what's his name? Conquest.
Yes. Prepare for my arrival, worm.
Jesus, that was something.
Yeah.
And of course,
Conquest fucking rules.
Cecil's got his corpse or whatever, like keeping alive. Like, dude, you could. That's such a bad idea.
Definitely not going to come back to haunt you at all, Caesar.
Such a bad idea.
Yeah,
Cecil. Like, I keep wanting to root for Cecil. Like, I like him. I love Walt Goggins, and I want to root for him. But like, I understand he's got this whole like, no, it's for the greater good. I make these shitty decisions for the greater good. It's like, dude, some of these decisions are just like, you can't be this dumb. There is no good that can come from this. Like, there is no amount there's no amount of like containment you're going to do to this guy to be able to get answers out of him. Like, you got to leave that one dead. Make sure it's dead. The end. Oh boy. No. I love that show. It's so good.
It's a really, really good show. We watched the first episode of the new season. We watched that last night because it comes out on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays is for wrestling. We are a house of taste and culture. So we watch AEW on Wednesdays. So we watched it last night, just the first episode. It was fucking dope. It was great. I am really curious to see where this season goes, though, because it's not comic book based, right? Like they had talked about that a lot, of like, this one is going to veer off. So people who have read the entire run of Invincible, hi, that's me, I'm people, will kind of be surprised, right? Which I think is really exciting. I fucking love that world. It's one of, I think, the most satisfying comic book runs that there really ever has been. Like, I loved Robert Kirkman's Walking Dead. I thought
me too.
I thought it was great. But there were a couple times in the Walking Dead series, right, where it was like, okay, I've seen this story, though. It's just the antagonist is a little bit different this time. But it kind of did the same thing a few times, right? Still thought it was brilliant. Still thought it was great. I never really felt that way with Invincible. You know, all throughout the entire run of Invincible, I was like, this more. Give me, this is fucking awesome. You know,
I really got to read it.
It's so good
to read it one day.
It's so good, and it's such a satisfying, like, it just really works together as one cohesive thing that, you know, due to the nature of what comic book storytelling is, like, Batman is not going to wrap up in a satisfying way, because it's not going to wrap up.
Yeah,
like,
that's forever.
We're just going to keep doing that as long as, you know, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We're going to just fucking keep doing Batman stories. But, you know, it's great. It was great.
That's all I got. You want to go over whatever you got, and then we'll talk Spider-Man for the rest of the night?
Yeah, sure. I got a couple of things. So we finished Man of Medan, which was the supermassive game, like ghost story on a ship. Man, I did not like this one at all. I was really, really bummed out because I really like the Supermassive Choose Your Own Adventure games. And I was talking about it last week on the show, you know, like that I wasn't enjoying my time with this one. We ended up finishing it. I only lost one party member. So, like, I did well, but I was just fucking bored. Like, so many of the choices. It just... this was the first one of the Dark Pictures anthology, right? So they did Until Dawn. They did The Quarry, which were big, full, fleshed-out games. And then they transitioned to this Dark Pictures anthology thing where they were going to do smaller experiences. And like, okay, fine. I'm with you. Like, I thought Until Dawn was great. I thought The Quarry was great. And I love the Choose Your Own Adventure structure of them, but I'm never going to go back and do that in a 20-hour game again, just to make different choices and see what happens. You know, see if I can save everybody this time. Just not a thing that's going to happen. The game's too long. So the Dark Pictures anthology was this idea of like, we'll make shorter experiences, you know, a 4-hour game where you might go back and try to make different choices. And boy, does it really show that Man of Medan was their first attempt at this, because it just, for me, really didn't work. That I felt like so much of it was missing. And I thought it was a cool story. Like, it's a ghost ship and people are going crazy and they're seeing things that aren't really there. But like, the characters looked like shit. The setting looked great. All of the background pieces looked really high quality, and the ship was really well detailed and all of that stuff. But man, the characters just didn't look good. It looked kind of unfinished, you know? And it really bummed me out because I've enjoyed everything else I've done from them. I'm looking forward to Directive 8020 because, as I've said, space is fucking terrifying. So I hope this is great. Man of Medan just did not blow my skirt up even a little bit.
What is it? What is this? Man of Medan? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Medan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Stars Shawn Ashmore, who's in it for 10 minutes.
Quote unquote, like, stars.
Yeah, like there's a point very early in the game where pirates come and take over your ship. And Shawn Ashmore drives away. Like, he steals they're on your boat, so Shawn Ashmore goes and steals their boat. And it's very clear at that point that Shawn Ashmore's character could die in that moment, and wouldn't that be so tragic? But if he lives, he's just gone until the literal end of the game. And like, he never reconnects with the main characters. He comes back in like a post-credit sequence. Like, he just fucks off and that's it. He's just gone. Like, he's either dead or he's in the post-credit scene. It was just really fucking weird. Like, there were some choices that were made that I didn't agree with. 2 thumbs down. I would not recommend playing that one. I did play a couple of different demos that I'd recently downloaded through Steam. One that stuck out, I was really enjoying it, and I've purposely forgotten the name of it because I was just annoyed. But let me see if I can go back and actually remember. So I played the demo for this game called Altered Alma, and it's it's a 2D Metroidvania-ish,
I know this
story-rich kind of thing.
Alma. Why have I heard of this?
Oh, we saw it in a bunch of showcases and whatnot.
Yeah, okay.
And it has really cool movement and really cool combat and all of those things, and I was really pretty excited for it, and I was playing through the demo, and I was digging it, and then you get to a point where you recruit a dude to work on your ship, and then you're talking to him, and it gives you like the next step, right? Like, because it's a Metroidvania type thing, and it's a video game type thing, so it's introducing it piecemeal to you, and this particular piece of piecemeal really upset me because it was like, you can build up your relationships and have positive and negative influences. Maybe romance? And I was like, fucking delete. Nope, that's not it for me. I am not trying to play a dating sim Metroidvania thing, because that, I am sure, is for some people, but it is not for me. And like when I went to look at the Steam page, it literally says, user-defined tags for this product: Cyberpunk, Metroidvania, story-rich, RPG, dating sim. Nope. No, thank you. I'm out. So I didn't love that. I was kind of bummed out by that, because the rest of the game seemed pretty fucking cool. I was enjoying the time that I was spending with it. What else did I play? Oh God, what the fuck else was there? I beat Mega Man 2 today for no reason. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna play Mega Man 2. I'm gonna beat that. So I sat down with the kids, and they were like, I think they had said one of their friends was like, you know, they really don't like Mega Man 2. And I was like, well, they really don't know what they're talking about then, because it's a fucking masterpiece. And
of course they do.
Yeah, I was like, what? They don't like Mega Man 2. Okay. Fine. Now I'm going to play Mega Man 2. So we played through Mega Man 2, because the kids were like, you said you were really good at this and you can like beat this in one sitting pretty quickly. And I was like, no. I didn't say I could do that. Like, I can just do that. Like that, and that's not an impressive thing for someone my age who grew up playing the Mega Man games to be able to sit there and beat the Mega Man game, Mega Man 2. Like, it's not super impressive, but okay, if you're going to be dicks about it, sit down. Give me a half hour. We're going to play through Mega Man 2 real quick. And so we did. And that game is just better than Mega Man 3, Chris. And I'm tired of you pretending that it's not.
Wrong. Wrong.
It's just, man, I wonder, it's an interesting question. Are there two better sequels than 2 and 3?
Geez.
Can we agree on that at the very least? In games that have had like multiple sequels, right? Is
Maybe
there
Mario
anything...
2 and 3?
I don't even know if I would say Mario 2 and 3, though, because Mario 2 is just so wildly different, right? I don't know that you're wrong. I don't know. It's an interesting kind of thing, because the jump from Mega Man to Mega Man 2 was just so massive. It was just such a huge leap forward.
Street Fighter 2 and 3.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, that's fair. So
that's Capcom.
Yeah. So Capcom, if they make a shit first product, give them a minute, they'll get it right.
Mega Man 1 is absolutely not shit. Street Fighter 1 is a shit product.
Yeah, no, I know.
But Mega Man 1 is great. Mega Man 1 is a genuinely good game. It's just not as good as 2 and 3.
Yeah. 2 and 3, I think, are just as close to perfect, if not perfect, as you could possibly get. You know? And then we were sitting there, we were dicking around on PlayStation Plus, and the kids were like, is that the hamster ball game we used to play when we were like 5 and we would get up and dance in front of the TV? Like, you can just stream that on the, like, we can just play that right now, and we don't have to hook up the PS3. I was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So we're just going to play that right now, right? And I was like, I mean, if you want to play this thoroughly average hamster ball Marble Madness type game, yes, we can do that for a little bit today. So we played hamster ball again, which they used to love. I used to talk about it on the show all the time. We would play, Daddy, can we play the hamster ball game? And then when I would beat a stage, it played this like cute little tune, and the kids would get up and they would do the happy hamster dance in front of the television. And Penn refused, like, I knew Roddy wasn't going to, because he's a man now, and fuck you. And that joke is funny on multiple levels, right? Because he's like a man now, but he's a man now. So, like, that's funny. That makes me happy anyway. Fuck you. Oh, boy. But I was like, Pen, do the fucking happy hamster dance. And she would not perform for me like a trained seal. And I was very upset. And then she asked me to get them something for dinner tonight because I didn't go grocery shopping yet. And I was like, you wouldn't do the happy hamster dance like you did when you were 4. And you expect me to feed you? Bullshit. You can starve. Call a friend. I hope they have food at their house. Let this be a lesson to you. Yeah, no, and they were like, so we can just like stream this whenever we want. I was like, yes, you can fucking stream it whenever you want. It worked. That's why I paid for the extra shit on the PlayStation Portal. You can just pick up the PlayStation Portal and go stream fucking Happy Hamster Ball wherever you want. It's great. Knock yourself out. It's wonderful. And then I will shut up. The last thing I did, I started a game I bought last week, Possessors, which is a Devolver Digital joint made by Heart Machine. They've done Hyper Light Drifter. They did Solar Ash. Now they have this game, Possessors. I spent about maybe a half hour with it. I was just doing it before the show, but it seems really, really cool. It's fucking gorgeous. Which if you've seen Hyper Light Breaker or Hyper Light Drifter, or Solar Ash, yes, it was going to be fucking gorgeous. They do really good work. Really gorgeous game. The story seems fine. I don't know that that's the real hook here. The gameplay is really fun. It plays really smooth. I'm excited to get into the rest of that. And then I finished Murder by Cheesecake. It was wonderful. I finished Murder by Cheesecake, Off to Be the Wizard, and How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying this week. So I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break, and I just started reading The Bronx Zoo by Sparky Lyle. So he was a pitcher on the Yankees in the 70s. And he just writes about this particular year after they won the pennant in 77. So this is the 1978 Yankees. And it's just his stories as told by him, which is great. Off to Be the Wizard was fine. How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying was interesting because it was like a 20 to 25-year-old female protagonist written by a dude who's obviously in like his mid-40s. So like there were a couple things where I read where I was like, oh, okay, that's fun. That's something. But overall, just a fun like fantasy story and whatever. But yes, read more books, all of those good things. So now I'll shut up and we can talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's cool. And that's our show.
Good evening. So this trailer for Brand New Day did not make me cry the way Superman made me cry.
Well, right, because this one kind of makes you want to cry because you feel so bad for him.
Because you feel so bad for Peter.
He's having a rough time.
I thought this looked so fucking great. I am so excited about where this is going unless they make him a mutant. That's the only part that I'm kind of feeling like we're heading towards.
I don't think they're going to make him a mutant. I think that they're going to pull a lot of... Sorry, what happened in the Spider-Man cartoon when he started going through mutations? He went to the X-Men. I think they're going to use the fact that he is mutating to bring X-Men into the world. I don't think they're going to make him a mutant, but I think that they're going to like move towards the mutant saga being what's next after Secret Wars.
Yeah. Which we know is what's coming, right? That's obviously what's coming. Where did you land, or where have you landed on who you think Sadie Sink is playing? Because like the popular theories right now. All right, so before you give your answer, right? Like the popular theories are Jean Grey and Typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary. Yes, those are the two popular theories. I want to lean towards Jean Grey because what I think leading towards this whole X-Men thing, I think they're going to lay some groundwork here for, because obviously the original run of the X-Men weren't the first mutants, but that's kind of like where the mutant story begins in Marvel Universe is Jean, Scott, Hank, Bobby, and Warren. So let's get a young Jean Grey who has no control over her powers. Damage control is after her. And then she gets found by Professor X, who I guess, right, if I'm remembering correctly, was Chuck had Scott and then Jean. Or did Jean join after I think Beast and Angel and everyone was there? I can't remember the order, but I think that in some early form of the X-Men of, like, I think we're going to get Jean, and then like the teaser at the end is going to be whatever this universe's Professor X is recruiting her, and the original team of X-Men happens. Yeah.
Because we know that her character is in Avengers Doomsday, and like so is literally everybody else. But I think people hoping that Typhoid Mary will return in Avengers Doomsday, like, no, that just no, it's fine that she's not going to. I want her to be Rachel Summers. Because I'm not, I
you really want to go Rachel Summers before we've introduced a single X-Men character?
I'm just not super interested in, because they're all going to be there in Doomsday. I'm just not super interested in looking at another version of Cyclops, another version of Beast, another version of Iceman. Like, I'm just not interested in seeing those personally, right? Especially because I know later this year I'm going to see all of those characters. So I would prefer it to be different characters, right? And I think Rachel Summers is kind of an interesting, neat character. She's definitely playing Jean Grey. Like, she's definitely playing Jean Grey. I just feel like that's safe and kind of boring, but probably the best choice.
Those characters need a reset so fucking hard, it's ridiculous. We got Famke Janssen and we got Sophie Turner. I did not care for Sophie Turner at all as Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And as much as I enjoyed Famke Janssen's performance, she also didn't really Jean Grey to me.
Yeah.
Because she just seemed, that X-Men, they were all older. I really like the notion of these characters as younger characters, but none of the newer Cyclops didn't really care for that either. No. I want those characters done right. They were done right. Tom Holland was our third Spider-Man. And now, granted, I liked the other two Spider-Men.
I agree.
I liked Tobey Maguire's movies, but I didn't love Tobey as Spider-Man per se. I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but I didn't love his movies. Tom Holland, I think we really got it. I think we really got it right. So when you're talking about yet another, we've really only had two of each of those. And
I know
when you think about some characters like Hank, Angel has never been properly handled. The whole young X-Men things, Mystique was one of the X-Men for some fucking reason. Like, no,
it's bad.
I want them. I desperately want it. It's like, sure, Rachel, that could be interesting, but like, that's such a strange pick to have before you have the foundation. And I want a fucking foundation. I want a foundation of the original set of X-Men, and then I want them to stick around and then eventually get to, the next, the new X-Men. Let's add Colossus and Shadowcat and Wolverine and give Storm a mohawk, etc. Like, I just add Storm. I didn't give Storm. I add Storm. Like, I want that to happen. I want to see that to be where the movies go, because we had this first run of movies where we built the Avengers and then we built on that, and that was cool. So let's do that with X-Men, because that's the next most obvious thing that you can do properly. And they already kind of like, I loved Fantastic Four, but it's so weird that they were this alternate reality thing that just kind of lands here. And is this going to be our Fantastic Four for a long time going forward? Like, Pedro Pascal ain't getting any younger. Like,
no, maybe he's already 50.
Maybe we should have started with younger Mr. Fantastic so that we could have that continue going forward. But that's neither here nor there. My thought is, at least my hope is, that Sadie Sink is Jean, and it's going to lead us to proper X-Men movies.
She's definitely Jean. It would be, if she is anyone other than Jean, debuting in this Spider-Man movie with the very clear, like, fucking, like, you're mutating, like, you're mutating, Peter, you know, if she's anything other than Jean, knowing that she's going to be back in Doomsday, it would be super weird. I just hate those movies so very much.
Wait, which ones?
That the Fox X-Men movies, God, do I hate those movies. I'm just, like I said, it's a personal thing. I have no interest in watching any of that again. If I want to see those characters done right, I'll watch X-Men 97, because they absolutely do them right there. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but they're so different in X-Men 97. I want to see those characters done right in live action. I loved X-Men 97, but I want to see them done right in live action. And X-Men were like the sacrificial lambs for modern Marvel movies. Like,
well, they didn't have to be. They just ended up being shit movies.
But they weren't shit movies. They were.
They really are.
By today's standards, but they were such a step up from what we had been getting, and they were massively appealing. I think the first X-Men movie is flawed but very fun, and I love the second movie. But
I do like the second one. I don't love
the toilet. I loved the second one so very much.
I like Nightcrawler in the second one, and then pretty much after that.
The third one was so bad, but
God, it's so bad. I really like First Class. I think First Class was great.
First Class was good. You know, had problems, but yeah, I think First Class was really cool, and then didn't like anything after that.
Nope, boy,
but First Class was like a whole different can of worms. First Class was like a whole other thing. I know they tied them together, sort of, but like it never felt connected to those first three movies. It never felt connected to those at all. So. Yeah. No, let's get a proper continuity of X-Men stuff going in the MCU.
She's Jean.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
Do we see the Hulk in this movie? I know we see Banner. We saw him in the trailer.
Yeah, I think we see Hulk.
Tiff's theory is that the scene that everyone is talking about. So spoilers if you're one of those people that like doesn't watch trailers, and we should have said this a little bit ago, I guess. But spoilers, in the scene where they have very obviously digitally removed whoever is under Spider-Man as he is jumping at the hand, right? They pulled that trick with No Way Home and taking out the other Spider-Man. There is another character there. I think the smart money is that the other character there is Daredevil. That seems to make a whole lot of sense. However, Tiff noticed that if you squint, in the formation that the hand ninjas are jumping, that there could be in that amount of space a very Hulk-shaped body jumping at Spider-Man and Daredevil. As in, perhaps Jean Grey awakens the Hulk from Banner, and Hulk remembers that who Spider-Man is, because Banner wouldn't know, but Hulk probably would. And isn't there some interesting storytelling possibilities there? And Daredevil and Spider-Man are actually fighting Hulk in that scene, not the Hand. They do the Hand stuff in the prison. I don't know if any of that makes any sense. I did think it was kind of a neat theory, though. And like, I went back and looked at that bit where Spider-Man's jumping down, and as you look at the hand ninjas jumping up, like, you can kind of see a fucking crazy hulked out Hulk jumping at two characters, which I think would be kind of neat. But like the other character under Spider-Man is Daredevil. Like that seems to be, I can't imagine, like it wouldn't be Frank Castle jumping there. If Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey and she's going to be a hero, that is not a position that Jean Grey finds herself in. That's not the way she fights, right? So it makes sense for it to be Daredevil, and I really, really fucking want it to be Daredevil. I think
it's Daredevil.
I just want him to get that recognition, like that fucking like upper echelon stat. Like you're not just a TV show like, not that the TV shows are bad. The Daredevil stuff has been great, but I want him to be a movie star, right? Like he's fucking earned it.
Oh my God. Outstanding. Yeah. Just to no end. Look, and so, yeah, I think it's Daredevil there too. I think, the Screen Crush actually made a pretty good point that, Daredevil, it's entirely possible that at the end of this season of Daredevil, he's going to end up in jail, and the Hand is coming after him in jail, and Spider-Man is there, and they break him out of jail, and they have to fight the Hand. But there was another thing floating around that I thought was interesting, that these are definitely hand ninjas, but I also wonder if there's going to be any connection to the Ten Rings, because this movie is being directed by, I believe, the same director as Shang-Chi, and we don't know what's going on with the Ten Rings. Because at the end of that movie...
Daniel Destin Craig, I think is the name.
At the end of that movie, his sister...
he did Wonder Man. Is he doing Brand New Day as well?
Let's find out. Brand New Day... Director Daniel Cretton.
Oh, okay. Did he not do Wonder Man? He did, right? Thought he did.
Let's see here. Films, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, television, Wonder Man. Yep.
Oh, well, apparently this guy's like the best director in the world, my new favorite.
Yeah, he's doing the good shit, because Shang-Chi was great. And
Shang-Chi
I want to
was
know,
amazing.
I want a follow-up to Shang-Chi. I want to know what...
Yeah.
Because his sister took over the Ten Rings at the end of that.
Yeah.
So...
That's an interesting thought.
If anyone's going to bring back plot points from Shang-Chi that have just been floating out there in the ether. Yeah. Also, Banner was in the post-credit sequence of Shang-Chi. Like, if anyone's going to bring this stuff back, it might be this guy. So, any sort of connection there between these hand ninjas and... Like, I was curious if it was hand ninjas or Ten Ring ninjas until I saw it pointed out that those outfits are directly related to the Hand in the comic books. So I was like, all right, and then they're definitely...
I have like 3 of them sitting like right back up there. Like I definitely have them. Yeah. So, I wonder too... What's that?
I said, so sure, yeah. But I'm curious if there's going to be any other connections there. But yes, I do think it's plausible that Daredevil goes to jail at the end of season 2 of Born Again, and we see some sort of cool prison break, and then we get to see him. All right, look, he's already his lawyer, right?
Right.
He has already been. He was in the last Spider-Man movie as a cameo. It would just be wonderful to see him in full force. It was great seeing Spider-Man and Punisher interact with one another. It's just great. This fits. This works, and the whole point of this is being more, street level Spider-Man again. So,
I loved so much that shot of Tom Holland jumping, like pulling the mask down and then jumping off of the girder, and I love so much that shot inside the mask.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It was so great because it was so heartbreaking, because it was so isolating and lonely, and it was so very obvious that he did not have any of the tech heads-up display that we were used to from the previous trilogy and Iron Man and War Machine and all of that shit. But I also loved, as they pulled away from that, how his costume was rippling in the wind as he was float. Like, it's not armor. It's not this skin-tight, perfect thing. Like, it was just another nod to, like, this is a homemade costume, right? He's just a fucking dude again. And that's when Spider-Man is at his best, right? He was great in the fucking Avengers shit and Thanos and all of that. He was awesome. And that trilogy, the No Way Home and No Way Out and No Way, No How.
No, that stuff was all great, and it was really cool because we hadn't seen that version of Spider-Man
right
on screen yet. So it was new and exciting and extremely well executed.
Yeah.
But let's get back to basics
for this.
Now. Yeah,
I'm so
me too.
like a costume that ripples in the wind because it's just fabric. Like, just little details like that. I just was, as I was watching it, I was so fucking happy. And all the villain cameos, like fucking Boomerang and Tarantula and Scorpion and give
the
me
Amazing
all
Fantasy
of that
15
shit.
cover.
Yeah, like, I just, goddamn, this looked incredible. And I'm really, really hopeful that we're going to kind of get back to an upswing of, like, Marvel movies being these really well done things that can be enjoyed on their own. Because this multiversal saga has been
really kind of lost its way. I've very much enjoyed what I've seen, but it's been...
I have liked all of the movies, even the Eternals, right?
Eternals was very cool.
It was fine.
I liked it.
It was fine. But what's weird about them is that they all it felt like you really had to watch each one, like you really had to know. But then they also had nothing to do with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a weird place to find yourself. Like, we're telling this big multiversal story. We didn't actually go multiverse anywhere. We stayed here the whole time. We went to a couple places in Doctor Strange, but those were just like, haha, look, now we're animated. This is fucking fun. Now shit's trippy and now shit's nice. And fuck it, now here's Strange, Zombie Strange for some fucking reason. Because it's Sam Raimi. That was the fucking reason. And I love that movie. I think that movie's great, Multiverse of Madness, but we didn't do any multiversal stuff at all. Like, it all stayed in this universe. We were just told about the multiverse.
The other Spider-Man showed up, and Deadpool and Wolverine multiversal stuff. And there was some jiggery pokery, I guess, in Loki. But yeah, all in all, it's been pretty...
it just felt really safe.
Safe, but also not. Like, not necessarily aiming towards crowd pleasery stuff. Like, it was... I just don't know what the... disjointed is definitely the word. Because, like, Black Widow is technically part of the multiverse saga. Well, fucking shit it is. Like,
no, it's not.
It's not.
It definitely isn't.
That. And like Thunderbolts was fucking great. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with any of this?
Why are they watching the Fantastic Four come in? Just makes no sense, right?
So
just makes
odd.
no sense.
Because they were building towards one thing, and then they hard turned to a different direction, and that was dumb. Recast Kang and finish what you started.
Be done with it. Nobody would have cared.
It's fine. It's fine.
It really would have been. You recast Rhodey. You're about
like, if
to
there's
recast...
ever a character in the history of Marvel that you could recast, no problem, it's fucking Kang. His whole thing is that there's billions of versions of him from the multiverse.
Yeah. But we shot that one scene, Chris. That one scene.
Who cares? You saw one scene with a bunch of Jonathan Majors, and that was just a corner of the stadium. There was a whole other stadium of Kangs that we didn't see.
Definitely. Yeah, you really have to wonder how much that pivot was and how much that pivot fucked up where they ended up and why that pivot actually happened. Because, like, I like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I do enjoy that movie.
Great.
Because Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd. Evangeline Lilly's fine. But I like all the other stuff that's in that movie. I
loved MODOK so much.
MODOK?
I'm such a dick.
Look at me. Such a dick.
It was great.
It was great. It was great. And sure, they Ant-Man beat Kang. How is he now an Avengers level threat? Such an easy fix. Like, I've seen that complaint so many times of like Ant-Man beat Kang, and this was Kang the Conqueror. You just have another Kang show up and go, no, he wasn't. Problem solved, and we're moving the fuck on. Like, this wasn't hard. Because I gotta be honest, I am really concerned about Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Same.
Like, can he be great? Yes, of course he can. It's Robert Downey Jr. He can be great. I don't know. Like, I just don't know. I have faith that this movie is going to be great. Actually, here's what I have faith in. I have faith that Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to be a clusterfuck of fun. I don't know if they're actually going to be any good.
It's an interesting thought process, and I'm like, they've got to be headed towards a reset with Secret Wars.
It has to be.
Because everybody's getting old, and we need Captain America, we need Iron Man, and we need new people playing them. Like,
yeah, you just
start over again. It's time to start over. And
like you're doing with this Spider-Man movie. Like, this Spider-Man movie is such a nice reset, right? Of like, this is what Spider-Man should be. It's fun when he's with the Avengers, but Spider-Man's a street-level character. You know, I want to see the MCU version of Norman Osborn. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm actually really curious. Okay, like, where are we going to get a Green Goblin? Right? Like, who is the main villain of this Spider-Man movie? Because it's not fucking Boomerang, Tarantula, or
the Hand.
Who's the villain here? Like, is it Scorpion? Because that's not enough.
It was so cool to see Scorpion back.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see that paid off. That's awesome.
But that's not enough. You know, no. Is it Jean Grey or whoever Sadie Sink is playing? Like, is she going to be set up as the villain of the piece and there's a misunderstanding? Because that feels kind of weird for a Spider-Man movie. Is it Kingpin?
Apparently Kingpin, it can't be Kingpin.
Well, yeah, that's what he said, but that's also what he would say if he was in the movie.
That's true.
You know, it can't be me. My father. Do it like that. Wearing white suits all the time.
I don't know what the rights issues are for Kingpin.
Sure, and he very well might have been telling the truth, but like, we can't be. Please don't tell me we're done with Doc Ock. Like, if you're gonna recast all the fucking X-Men and I got to sit through that shit again, give me a new fucking Doc Ock. I mean, Alfred Molina was fucking great, but like, give me a new interesting Doc Ock.
Let's do it again.
There was one thing that I noticed that just reminded me of it. When Peter is getting himself scanned, and like there's like a silhouette on the computer screen. It's like about halfway through the trailer. I don't know if it's Banner that's scanning him or whatever. But if you pause it, the body outline and the colors look very much like the Superior Spider-Man costume, and it even says superior strength and superior agility. I do not think it has anything to do with the Superior Spider-Man run of the comics. I just noticed that as like a fun little Easter egg. I was like, oh, look, it's a thing. It says superior, and it's red and black, and it
superior
looks...
strength, superior agility, heightened senses, and enhanced perception.
And if you look at the costume, it's kind of got a Superior Spider-Man vibe.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just thought that was kind of clever.
Yeah.
But, like, are we not going to do a new Norman Osborn? Like, I like Willem Dafoe as it, but, like, let's be honest, that whole suit was a little weird, you know? Like,
right, and I loved the way they handled that in, what was it, No Way Home.
Yeah.
The just...
It was awesome.
Basically taking that suit, taking the mask off, and just letting him be Green Goblin because his face is scary as shit. Like,
yeah. I don't know,
fantastic.
man. I am so hyped for this movie, and I have no idea where they're going with it, which is wild. Because this trailer showed a lot and showed absolutely nothing.
Yeah, like he's getting organic webbing, and the webbing seems it's clearly stronger.
Yeah,
and like that's interesting as a follow up to the conversation, like him meeting those other Spider-Men, and like especially meeting Toby, and like he has the organic webs, and he was fascinated by that, and I'm also a sucker for the love story. And also, that's not fucking Rogue in the bus. Stop that.
that I think was thrown in there to purposely take all the fucking YouTube guys and be like, fucking Rogue confirmed, you know?
Yeah, everyone's just like, nope, it's 100% Rogue. Like, I mean, I guess I can't say that it's 100% not.
It could be.
It could be. She's wearing also green and white, but because she's a Jets fan.
Yeah. And also, fuck the Jets. Ugh, God. So awful.
And like, who is that? Like, that doesn't appear to be any sort of named actress. Like, nobody that we recognize. They're not going to have...
No, it was just a silly, fun thing. But who is Keith David playing? Why is he narrating in the fucking trailer? Taylor Trammell is fucking in it. That dude's great. Is he just going to be the head of damage control, maybe? Like, they showed so much and showed absolutely nothing in this trailer. It's actually quite brilliant.
I'm really quite a sucker for the love story. I want to see what happens with him and MJ, because I really like those two.
I do too. I like
her so much more than Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah. I have never thought that the problem with Spider-Man stories was their relationship. I hated the fucking Mephisto thing in the comics. I still, I hated it. It was so dumb. Like, you're making a deal with Mephisto to fucking say, like, stop it. This is not the problem with Spider-Man comics, is that he's married. Stop. Batman has a kid. Shut up. Just... Anyway, this fucking trailer looked great. I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited for this.
Same. Yeah.
We're getting this year. We're getting Supergirl. We're getting the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Avengers Doomsday. Like, what? Comic book movies. We are so back, Chris.
We are so back.
We're so back, chat. Locked in.
God, Karen and I were both freaking out about the trailer, and we were texting each other because she was at work in the office when it came out, and she was like, "Did they kill Aunt May?" I'm like, "Yeah, Goblin killed her in the last movie." She's like, "Holy shit, I really need to rewatch that movie."
Yeah, you do.
It's like, how did you forget that?
It's a pretty. She even does the great power, great responsibility shit.
It was a big thing.
It's the best that's ever been. Because it's not some tottering old fuck like in the Tobey Maguire shit. They were so old in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy.
They really were. Yeah.
I know they're old in the comics too. Like,
yeah, they're like
I get
ancient.
It. Yeah, but good God. Yeah, I'm in.
And this one, when is this?
May, right?
Yeah, Aunt May.
Aunt May. Shut up. What's wrong with you?
It's July. Aunt July.
Oh, Aunt July.
It comes out Aunt July 31st.
So I don't know. I'm pretty sure that at this point, you have an episode title picked out and you might already have started making art. But I would like to lobby for, it's July, Aunt July, as the title of this episode. That was fucking funny. I don't know if anybody else is going to find that as funny as we will, because we've been doing this now for a few hours and we're both tired. But son of a bitch.
Aunt Jemima, come on. I was really proud of that.
Oh, fuck me running. All right. That's it.
That's all I got.
Mandalorian and Grogu is this year, and Mortal Kombat 2. Now I'm just looking at... And Masters of the Universe? Fuck, I forgot. I didn't forget. I just didn't realize.
I'm going to be spending so much money in the theaters this year.
Oh,
I'll tell you what I'm not spending money on is the $50 Yoshi bucket.
Oh, boy, yeah. That's a pricey bucket. I don't care for that.
Talking Flower is less expensive than Yoshi bucket. Unacceptable.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, there's a Paw Patrol Dino movie. That's coming out August 14th. Can't fucking wait for that.
Sign me up.
Shit. Street Fighter. Godzilla Minus Zero. Fuck. All right, I'm just going to keep reading movie titles. Hold on. I'm just going to go in order. Let me go back to January.
When's Voltron? Is that next year?
I think that's next year. Yeah. The new Hunger Games, Jumanji 3. I love those Jumanji movies. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I might watch the Dune movies before this new one comes out. Did you watch those? The new Dune,
no, I haven't
Timothy
seen any of them
Chalamet vehicles?
Yet. I'm interested in them, but I haven't seen them yet.
I've never read the book. I don't know the original shit. It's just like this one weird, like, significant pop culture hole that I have in my oeuvre, I suppose.
I mean, look, I'm just going to say it right now. I fucking love Voltron. And the notion of Henry Cavill as King Alfor and Sterling K. Brown as Zarkon makes me so, so happy.
So wet.
Please don't suck. I'm begging you. Voltron's incredible. Yeah,
Voltron's great. And put good people on cool ideas and cool shit will happen.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, done.
That's it. Go home, everyone. Go home, Frank.
Join us next week.
Closed the page with the script. I kept open everything else except for my goddamn script. That is it, everybody. That is our show. Join us next time for the SAG Cartoon Express, where we'll be watching the Wing Commander. We just talked about all this really cool shit that we're excited to watch. Yep. But next week we're going to watch an episode of Wing Commander. The episode is expendable. I'm certain it will be a work of art.
I'm sure it will.
We're on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early access to this show's episodes, as well as a bevy of other shows on the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our Patreon, also linked to in the show notes. It helps keep this show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ali. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks. I'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That is it. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.